is this but do? Lord, have mercy.
On your phone or device at tunein.com. Or on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Boom SVG 1069.
All night loving, come and I expect nobody. And I expect nobody at all. It's all night loving, come and I expect nobody. And I expect nobody at all. Boy, let's get together, take a vacay. Some Paris Hammond on the speakers, playing the rock away. Under the moonlight, pour some expensive wine. We gonna love each other good, no time to waste no time. Let me love you now, all over your body. Not expecting nobody, nobody. Let me love you now, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So tonight I'll have you, and you can have me. Not expecting nobody, nobody, nobody. Not expecting nobody, nobody, nobody. Not expecting no. Girl, let's get together, share a weekend full of pleasure. Get to know you better. Been talking for a while, now it's the perfect time for my hands to prove to you. My lips have told you no lies. Let me love you now, over your body. Not expecting nobody, baby, nobody. Let me love you now, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So tonight I'll have you, you can have me.
Admit it, life boring without me. If me not the bed, you can't sleep. Me alone make you unleash your. You miss the big thing, no. Don't let you miss the big thing, no. Don't let you miss the big thing, no. Don't let you miss the big.
Morning, Shady inside the 7 o'clock hour.
You said to yourself, say you'd never give me again, and I swear to myself, say me go give you every reason. You claim some hurt you, and you have to get back your revenge. Then I figure it feeling after me now, the other premium. If you go, it not kill me. If me go, you not see me. You know I'm so you want with me, free me. You know I'm on with it. Be sure I know me alone. You know come on, know the you want in me. Free me. Admit it, life boring without me in it. If me not the bed, you can't sleep in it. And me alone make you unleash your. You miss the big thing, no. Don't let you miss the big thing, no. Don't let you miss the big thing, no. Don't let you miss the big thing, no. Don't lie. I'm glad we couldn't even find the time for watch you. Me nah dig up no dirt, me nah look for no fuss up. Look like me swallow too much now, look how you rock now. Worse than I be everywhere, you ball for the tobacco. Me nah deny the fact you. So you know me nah stay like that to make you feel I'm done. But just why you feel live your dream life on. You don't even have to be nice now. Cause if you, it not kill me. And if you not see me, you know I'm so you want with me. You know I'm a man already. Them there, be sure I don't be alone up. Me don't come on
OMG in the morning.
You make me feel.
When you want to tell me sing up like you want my emphasis spin run like a jam can't tire. Endless loving and it can't expire. How say Jaja never answer prayer.
You know, say you have the loving for me body when you hold me, and if you call me, we come. Baby, me now let her go. Love is like a seed and you reap what you sow. Baby, when the bright lights start to fade, fire up your lighter, float on with the waves. You make me feel light, 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 light.
make the one look getting more exciting. All of your body can seem to leave me try to know. This is right with the lips, I'm a man with the kiss. Me take one look, no, yeah, no one down with this. A lot of time I was spent to get out, yeah. Better when the real one leave, I put that in the hotel. Dream up. Going all out. I think up ways to show me why you. Appreciate the do you do and me. Just a pray for all I wish come true. Things that me confused and it feel like one of the feeling with you, man. I'm like before the meaning never run by me. Universe, world planet.
Come, Shirley, give me some time. Give me some time. We got a lot to do this morning. 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good morning to you, SVG. It's Wednesday morning. It's a we don't care. We don't give two damns Wednesday morning. Shirley, say good morning now.
Morning, real bad man. Morning, SVG.
Yeah. Yes, man. That's how I like to hear your song. That's how I like to hear my buddy's song in the morning time. Like he got here underneath his arm. You know what I mean? That's how I like to hear him song. Yeah. Good morning to you folks. How you doing this morning? Yeah. We're inside the power hour, the 7 o'clock hour. Let me just let you know my boy Shallow at SVG Styles. Good morning to you, Shallow. My buddy, how you doing? Yeah, man. Well, if you don't know who Shallow is by now, then something wrong with you. Shallow is my buddy at SVG Tires in Paul's Avenue, just behind us, only back down there. If you need the best deals on the best tires, no second tires, where they don't use in Japan or some other place, and they throw them away and think. We talking about the real deal, right? Go to SVG Tires if you want the best tires, all types of tires, the different sizes. You know the size of different sizes in tires, right, Shady?
Yeah.
Well, give me some sizes in tires. Give me some sizes in tires. Let me see.
I use 16.
16 what? 16 what? Let me. 16. Yeah.
4516.
Yes, you can get those as SVG tires. All the van tires. You know the vans with these big broad tires. Yeah, you get those at SVG tires as well too. Any type of tires. Before you go anywhere else, check out SVG tires. And then you know what? They got a special going on at SVG Tires. Buy at regular price and get the fourth one for free. Yeah, check their stores out today in Kingston and Paul's Avenue. Give them a call if you need more directions as to location and all that, or if you need more information on a specific type of tire that you need, specific size and all of that. Call them at 457-1467 or in Annisville at 456-4444. Listen, they ask to speak to Shallow. Tell them Bing sit to talk to you. Yeah? Ask to speak to Shallow himself. Or they don't go do that. Shallow's a busy man. I don't go do that now, you know. But listen, call Shallow. Call SVG Tires. They've got the best deals on tires going on. Make sure you check out SVG Tires. Yeah? They've got it all happening at SVG Tires. Yeah? And let me let you know also as well too, the Kingston Cooperative Credit Union. Yeah, take the leap towards success with KCCU education. Unlock up to $30,000 at just 7% interest on the reducing balance for your tertiary education journey. Yeah, call them at KCCU or go and check them. You know the way they're located. Make sure you go and check them. Ask my girlfriend while you're there. You know, ask her she there. The prettiest girl in the business, marketing lady there. Yeah, just ask her. Make sure you go and check her out. Yeah, you know. It's Wednesday morning and we love Wednesdays because it's a day when we get to behave real bad on a Wednesday morning because we don't care and we don't give two damns. Let me remind you, yeah, that my boy Woodsy, yeah man, to check him out, he's got his massive event coming up on the 23rd. When is it 23rd? That's this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the big for the birthday bash thing. Yeah. But
Saturday.
this coming Saturday,
Yeah.
for Woodsy's massive birthday bash. And you know, the different what's the thing there? What's the thing there? Hold on, hang on. I should know that out of my head by now, eh? Yeah? I should know that out of my head now, but let me tell you all about it from my information here. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, it's Woodsy's presents his birthday celebration Saturday. This coming Saturday. Yeah, at Woodsy's, 1133 Clarkson Avenue in Brooklyn, New York City. Limited tickets are available now, and when we say limited, we mean limited. Yeah, not much remaining for only $40. Yeah, all the top DJs in the house playing all the best music, and there's a special bottle package service. The $250 bottle package service gives you one bottle top shelf drinks. For 2 tickets, you can get 2 persons coming in on that package. You get a special table and you get appetizers. Of course, the $450 package, 2 bottles, top shelf, of course, 4 tickets, that's 4 of you, table, and 2 sets of appetizers. And you can go for the big one, the $650, where you get 3 bottles, 6 of you getting on that. Yeah, table, 3 sets of appetizers. Get together and buy the packages if I were you. Yeah, make sure you do that. Make sure you check out. And guess what? If you can get there, not if you get there, if all they want to play stupid, not stupid, chop it, and don't want to go and eat down Woodsy place for his birthday celebration. Yeah, where drinks and appetizer will be free, bar open. Yeah, for 2 hours only. From 9 to 11 p.m. It will be an open bar. Free drinks, free food. Don't play chop it. It's about the celebration thing. That's what they do. About the celebration. Yeah, at Woodsy's. I've got a special call coming in this morning. From 7:10. You should have been calling me all now. And we're standing by for that call. Yo, Bones, morning to you, buddy. Where you? Bones, where you? Where you at? Sorry, buddy, I just looked across and saw the thing there. Yeah. Bones, where you at? I am also seeing that we got an interview this morning. Today is the 20th. Yeah, the 20th. Today is the 20th.
20th, yep.
Today is the 20th at 8:30. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this morning we got all kind of things happening this morning. I got some stuff to bring to you this morning. Bones have some stuff to bring to you this morning that will blow you away. Yeah? So let's jump into it early. Let's get him early. Let's get him on the line early. Good morning, buddy. How you doing?
Not too bad, buddy. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We are all okay because it's Wednesday morning and we don't care. We don't give 2 damns. That's how we do it on Wednesday morning. So let's go.
All right. Yeah, you know what kind of coffee you had this morning?
Your coffee.
Yeah, I just had some French vanilla, buddy.
Yeah? Oh, man. I had some great coffee. Some great coffee similar to that this morning. Actually, I'm still having it this morning.
All right. Yeah. Now let's go.
Yeah.
Good morning to all the listeners.
Yeah, you got something special to tell us about. Let's go, buddy.
Yeah. There's an issue that's been brewing for a while, and I'm not hearing anything much about it in the media except for an article that was printed in the Searchlight some time ago, where the caption was, "Assets of Kellyqua Friendly Society sold. Members seeking answers." Right? And it seems to me like this is not really getting the kind of coverage that it should be getting. You understand? Because I have in front of me a bunch of documents. First of all, let me read a statement that was put out by the Financial Services Authority.
That's IFSA.
Right. And it says, notice the membership of the Kellyqua Provident Friendly Society. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Financial Services Authority, the FSA, hereby invites members of the Kellyqua Provident Friendly Society to submit proof of membership by the FSA to the FSA by Friday, September the 29th, 2023. members are asked to deliver to the office of the FSA the following documentation which is necessary to conclude the winding up procedures of the society. A copy of these are the items, a copy of one valid form of identification, which is national ID, driver's license, passport, farmer's ID, fisherman's ID, and number 2, your passbook. The office of the FSA is located on the second floor, and they give you the number. Right?
Right.
Now, Ms. Ballers also went on in a newspaper article, and I'm only going to take out a couple of segments. Friendly society, these are her words. Friendly societies in St. Vincent and the Grenadines operate with outdated systems which may put their members' funds at risk. The Financial Services Authority, the FSA, is therefore urging all friendly societies to abide fully with the provisions of the Friendly Societies guidelines issued by the FSA. Now, I have some documents on the sale of 2 properties, and I mean, this has been circulated all over. Yeah. These are official documents in the registry of St. Vincent and the Grenadines concerning the Provident Friendly Society in Caliacua. Apparently, if people are asking questions whether these 2 properties were sold for the correct value based on other properties that were sold in Caliacua, because the documents are showing that one property was sold for $145,000 and the other one, which contains the building itself, was sold for $44,000.
Hold on.
Okay?
Hold on. Are these 2 properties close to each other?
Well, the road separating them and a couple feet down from where the original, but they are almost right in the same vicinity. Okay. Right in the middle of Caliacua. So, there are allegations floating, and I want to ask the FSA to do a proper investigation in how the records were kept, because I'll give you a couple of allegations that's floating around.
Well, if it's allegations and they can't be justified, be careful how you give them, okay?
No, I know that.
Right.
I know that.
Okay, good.
All right. Now, you have these 2 properties that were sold. My question is, one of the questions, why didn't the society, right, they said they'd publish the transaction that they wanted to complete in the newspaper. Nobody can seem to put a finger on it. Right? They said they'd put out this thing. It is also said that members were told sometime last year that they must bring in their passbooks and they'll be given a bonus. They never got them back. Never got them back.
Are you talking about a legitimate, this is a legitimate organization you're talking about here, Bones?
Yes. I don't know how functional it was up to the point where all this was taking place, how they kept their membership up to date.
Right,
continue, now the records.
Continue.
Now let's say, based on what the FSA put out about bringing in your passbook, fine, everybody may have some other form of identification, your national IDs. But let's say now you go to the point where you need your passbook. If those passbooks are no longer in your possession, right, shouldn't the society itself have a list, or shouldn't the list be up to date and currently, presented wherever they keep the documents? These are financial documents, confidential. Isn't it the FSA's responsibility to look into these things and make sure that the people who they say are members still on a list? So for the FSA to be asking you to bring in one of those IDs, does the FSA have a current list of who the membership in the Friendly Society? You see, these are legitimate questions. Is the FSA going to do a thorough investigation into the sale of these two properties without the membership, without the full membership knowing what was going to be taking place? And how now are those funds going to be distributed?
On where the funds?
Or whatever it is to dissolve the society.
Where did the funds go?
Well, this is the point. I don't have concrete information, but I have the documents that are signed and registered in the registrar on the amount of money collected for those two properties. So we're looking at $199,000 for those two properties. Now, based on how other properties are selling in Caliacua, I don't know if that is an accurate. Now, you have, I see a signature there for one guy, one evaluator, who valued the properties at that price, at those prices. Normally, when you're doing a sale or anything of that sort, shouldn't this be advertised and shouldn't you get more than one evaluator before you set a price? That's how things normally work, right, Bing? You won't go to one evaluator if you're selling a piece of land and say, boy, how much you think this one? And he will give you a price. How do you know that that evaluator is not working, right, in his own favor, or somebody whom he may know that he could get something out of the whole deal for evaluating it at that price? That's why they ask you for more than one assessment when you're selling, especially properties like this. Don't you think? You think that's the appropriate thing to do?
My question to you though, Bones, have the members of the society been given monies from the sale of these two properties? Have it been distributed?
Up to this point, because you remember, the FSA is giving them until the 29th of September. So there's no there's no closure on this yet. So we don't know what's going to happen to the funds, and if the funds really can be accounted for. These are the questions. Is there a bank account where the funds were deposited, and what's going to become of these funds?
Before we get to that, was the members in agreement of the sale of these two properties?
Well, based on information, this is how this thing became, is out in the home now. Because the membership, they didn't know what was going to be taken. They didn't know that the place was sold. This transaction happened in February 2022. All this came to light later on last year or earlier this year. So they didn't even know. Somebody had called me about this, right? Because they heard about it. And they wanted me to do the They wanted me to ask questions because they think I got some pull. So I called one of the trustees. He said it's not true. Don't listen to that. 3 times I asked him, say, you're going to get yourself in trouble, Stay out of this issue. If this is what happened, and the members are now asking questions, you could get yourself in a lot of trouble. Stay away from this. Lo and behold, the place is sold. The members don't even know until recently when the FSA put out all these notices and the article in the newspaper. Because in the beginning, it was all allegations. People just, whispering here and there.
Bones, out of curiosity, is this the same sort of properties that Gans Byron have been on Facebook constantly raising and questioning?
Exactly. Those are the 2 properties we're talking about. Now, you see, a group of us, I was the only person in Canada on the group. Most of them, all the rest were living in New York, and I think we had a couple of people in St. Vincent. we had formed this organization with mainly Calico people where we wanted, and I had approached the trustee in charge that we wanted to do some work with these two places, right? We wanted to turn the bigger part of the property, which is the 1,700 square feet, right? We were having functions to raise funds to do this. He said to me, put in the proposal, you guys have it if this is what you're going to do. We wanted to turn the 1,700 square foot place into a parkette, for seniors and kids, and we were going to make it into a little playground and fence it around. And the other main building, we wanted to restore it to its original state, right, and use it as a training facility, put in a couple of, a few sewing machines and other things, and have volunteers who are willing to teach stuff in the community. Next thing you know, well, the group is not functioning anymore because of some issues over on the other side. They're now here by me. That's just me alone from Canada. The thing is, these properties were sold unbeknownst to the people who are members, current members. And did they get the right value for those two properties? Now, I have the documents here, Bing. Let me read something for you, right? These are official documents. I could send them to you. So don't worry yourself about whether you could be sued or not. Everything when it comes to a transaction like this, and we know who bought the properties and everything like that. Okay? Now, when you sign a document like this that states you are in Kingston, and so is the situation. This is an official document declared at the registry, Kingston, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. One of the trustees said they never went to Kingston to sign any document. Now that's a breach of the law, because you're supposed to sign in front of the registrar, or you're supposed to have an affidavit to say, yes, I am so-and-so, and I'm giving people this permission to speak on my behalf or sign on my behalf. The individual said they never went to Kingston. I can give you specifics, but it was nowhere near Kingston where they signed these documents. And these documents were handed in to the registry. So how do you know that this person is really who it's supposed to be?
So if the trustees, the full set of trustees did not sign off on the sale of the documents on the properties, then how were the properties sold?
Well, no, hold on. The person signed the document, but they weren't in the presence of the registrar because they did not go to Kingston to sign it. They did. The 3 trustees signed off on the thing. But they didn't even know. They themselves declared they didn't know what they were signing.
Is this person incapacitated or something? They didn't read the document?
Well, the questions were put to one or both or 2 of them. Did you guys know what you were signing? No, we were just asked to sign. Listen, I wish that I was home, because I would have gone into the FSA with a ton load of questions on the issue. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call the FSA and try to speak somebody in authority and put certain questions to them. I need the FSA to look into this issue. Ms. Ballers also went as far in her article to say that somebody was just sent to jail from Don Leeward for 12 months for misappropriation of $85,000 in a friendly society. Now, I'm not saying that this is misappropriation of funds, until we know where the funds really are, where they were deposited. The issue is how the transaction was completed and who bought it. Now, you have the lawyer in the transaction is also the buyer. these two pieces of property.
Wait. Isn't that a conflict of interest or something like that?
Well, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. You see, what seems to be taking place now all over the world, and I mean, it goes from it. I mean, I read a lot of things. I do a lot of reading. Let me tell you, you look at certain types of fraternities, the medical fraternity, the law fraternity, you know, you name it. You got these narratives that are being put out there, the accounting, you know, fraternity. These guys seem to not want to go against each other, except where you have certain people who just decide, you know what, this enough is enough. And they start doing things different. It is, as far as I'm concerned, a conflict of interest. This is why I need the FSA to look into this. And the FSA needs to do a proper investigation and put out a statement, a factual statement of what took place here. And my biggest question is, if it's a conflict of interest and things were done illegally based on the law, this transaction should be null and void and give back the society the properties and let them put it up for sale through the right channels and let other people put in their bids. I ain't saying that the same person probably won't end up with it, you know. It's how the transaction was completed.
You know
this I ain't calling no name. The only name I call is Miss Mallers.
Correct. And she's the regulator in the situation. Correct. I've seen Gans constantly beating this thing on Facebook and saying, you know, we need to know who sold, who were involved, what happened to the properties, and all of that. This thing sounds as if it's much deeper than.
Well, you know, if the FSC does a proper investigation, they will find out that it's deeper than what is probably showing on the surface right now. You understand? And this is why I brought it on the radio, because I've had so much experience where you call people and everybody chasing you around the mulberry bush. You know, go ahead, this, that, and nobody wants to talk about certain things because I don't know what they're afraid of. You see, this brings me back to what I said to Doc yesterday, and I hope Doc listening. If people don't speak out about certain things, the status quo remains, and all it does, it gets worse. And he thinks that people are beating up on the church for no reason. Doc, I'll tell you something, buddy. Me and you just talk all the time. Anytime I figure something is unjust, whether it involves the church or an individual of any church that I deem necessary to talk about, expect me to talk about it. It ain't gonna change me, buddy. I respect you, but I don't always respect your opinions. You and I have our little tits here and there. And you know everything. That's why you made the comment that I love to argue. It's not arguing. It's having a discussion vehemently because you know what you're talking about. And nobody is going to run over me that easily, Doc. Not when I know I am right. Prove to me that I'm wrong. And if you keep coming with nonsense, and I know that you know...
Right. Bones, don't shift the narrative.
You're talking nonsense. I'm going to let you know.
Don't shift the narrative.
No, I ain't talking about Doc in particular, you know.
Okay.
I ain't talking about... I just letting Doc know the reason why I discuss things the way I do.
The way you deal with the things. Okay.
Yes, because I hate nonsense. Right? And all I want, as well as the other members, I'm not a member. Because if I was a member, I would have done Reed St. Vincent a long time because I run my own business. I could take any amount of time I want off. I would have done Reed St. Vincent and started dealing with this issue before the
But
by
do you know
29.
what the members are doing with regard to this? The only poster that I see
It seems.
is guns that is constantly.
Yeah, but you see what they're doing. They know, they know Gans has a big following. I'm not on Facebook, right? Gans contacted me, and other people contacted me from St. Vincent. When I went home, people come to me and talk because they know I just be on the radio, and I just say it like it is. You understand? So if I was a member, I don't know. The news I'm getting right thing is that the current some of the current members don't know how to deal with something of this magnitude, especially when it has in all this legality. So they're trying to reach other people who they think can put out something there for them. It's like we become their voices.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm putting it to the FSA. I want the FSA to really look into this. And what they need to do, as far as I'm concerned, is get out. I will call them, I'm going
How
to
long
call
ago
them.
the story was broke in the social
It's
media?
been, it's been brewing for a long time, being like I told you since last year before I can't remember. I heard about it. I get a little whisper. In the meantime, I think what happened is that the transactions were being negotiated for, and it's St. Vincent got big. Nothing is the secret so easily. Somebody can talk. So I call and ask questions. they said, now worry that ain't true. I say, make sure you sell to this, because you get yourself in plenty trouble. Do you know how this fellow was prosecuted down in the society down in the Leeward End? It took one person who's a current member to put in a complaint. And that was it. When the FSA did the investigations, they realized what happened. The guy is still in jail. He gets sent to jail for 12 months. 12 months. Now, we have laws. Doesn't matter what it is. Some of it is frivolous as far as I'm concerned, but once it's passed, it's passed. That's why I can't be in government, if I ever form my own party, there's so many laws I would retract. They don't make sense. I am telling you, because people don't see how their fundamental rights are slowly disappearing. That's why I tell you, wait until I put the piece together. I'm coming on your radio station and we're talking about it.
All right, buddy.
People got to wake up. I am telling you, this is getting out of hand, and some people feel they are untouchable. They feel they're invincible, and the status quo remains if people like me and Gans and others don't talk out. You understand? I am not putting up with this kind of crap. I don't care who it is. If it's the Prime Minister, the leader of the opposition, or whomever, you were put in place to look after the people. Your first initiative is the country and its people. You're not a law or a God unto yourself. You guys, all the politicians, no matter where they are. I just gave a lady who running in my vicinity, and she out there for another 15, 20 minutes. She trying to be the candidate in this area for the Conservative Party for the federal government. And I gave her a lecture outside. She wanted me to come down and meet the guy who she is rooting for in another district, who was once a representative here in this area where I live. But he wants to go out to the federal level. They had a barbecue down by the park day. I didn't have the time. I just too busy.
Right,
but you see, Bing,
we gotta wrap
if we
it up.
don't yeah, I know. But if we don't speak out on issues like this, like I say, the status quo remains. And I'm going to try and get a hold of the FSA this morning when they open up at 8 o'clock. And I'm going to try and talk to somebody. If I talk to somebody in authority, I'll hear what they have to say. But I'll be back on the radio to deal with this again. If even I don't speak to one of them, I'm going to be back on the radio and say I didn't get anybody to talk to me about this issue. I need them to do a proper investigation into this, because based on the documents I have in front of me, and they have access to all those documents, the buyer was also the solicitor or the lawyer in the transaction.
Bones, boy, it sound like one to the cobweb. Boy, my God. All right. Well, keep us up to date with what's happening with this matter. This song's quite interesting. All right.
I definitely will. It's about time we stop this crap.
Yes. And these societies are poor people's money that are put in these societies, you know. And it's
exactly.
Sad.
These are people. That's right. These are people who put their trust into a group of people that when they die, they can get a proper burial based on the promises that the society gave them. All that is written into the friendly societies guidelines and everything. This is law. This is how they're supposed to be dealing with stuff. You can't fool around with people's money or do what you feel like because somebody come and check you, boy, my partner, let me sell you this. And you wrangle around the whole issue to get what you want. I'm not saying that they misappropriate funds, you know. I'm just saying that the whole transaction should be null and void based on how it was done.
All right, okay.
And put the properties out there. Put up a for sale sign, advertise it. These two pieces of property are for sale. Let the highest bidder win.
All right. Okay, Bones, thank you. We're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna jump into the segment with Council. All right, let's see what he may have to
buddy.
say.
All right, let me hear what Council say.
If he's got anything to say on this matter. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Let's take a break.
All right.
Welcome to Lane's Hardware Plus Arnoursville for convenient shopping and parking. Where are we? Turn off at Arnoursville Technical College Gap. One-stop shopping for house and home. Harris Cement at great prices. Lumber 2, from premium to regular. Value for every pocket. Steel also at competitive prices. Hardware Plus, tools of every type, household appliances and furnishings, paints, goods as far as the eye can see. I told you everything. See you soon. A warm welcome awaits you. Hardware Plus.
The Patriot Company Limited. With services like terrazzo construction, terrazzo restoration, terrazzo maintenance, concrete grinding, pressure washing, janitorial services, carpet cleaning, home.
What you gonna do when the rain is coming down? Nothing more to do when there's no one else around. Bring it back to the middle, push, take it back to the rhythm. Keep it up for good when the sky's falling down. All you gotta do is to bring it to the ground. Hit it up to your inner mode. Stop, start, down. Nobody can get what you're going through.
Service at its best.
Fly this summer with Inter-Caribbean Airways. Flights from St.
Come in and join the birthday celebration with Woodsy. Saturday, 23rd of September. Woodsy, Brooklyn, New York. We're gonna be there. SVG, the ultimate Friday line is back. It's all about Heineken Fridays. Inside Pier 1. This and every Friday. Look out for the sexy Heineken ladies. Action starts from 4 p.m. You're free until 9. And it's Heineken Fridays. So the Heineken beers are on special. 5 for 20.
One drink a liquor, charge 'em.
That's 5 Heineken beers for only $20. Musical entertainment entertainment by SVG's top DJs. So SVG gets ready. Come on out and make memories in a unique atmosphere inside Heineken Fridays. Listen every Friday at Pier 1, located in Villa. This ad brought to you by Heineken.
When using a conventional security camera with infrared lighting for night monitoring, people, vehicles, or other important objects can be blurry and blend into the background, making it difficult to identify details in black and white. ColourView technology.
This is Locally Made. My name is Jillian Crookshank. Join us on IKTV channel 112, where we premiere and air Locally Made, a program featuring locally made produce right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We'll show you how it's made and how it is done. Remember, every Thursday, 8 p.m. on IKTV channel 112.
Scenarios, ColourView. View in colour, even in darkness.
Find out more at Paladin SVG Inc.
Monday to Saturdays from 3 p.m. until. Visit or call 456-9788 for more information. Hotel Alexandrina's Culture Bar and Grill, where flavors come to life.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
We're standing by for Council to join us.
All right, right there.
I think he's backstage. Let's bring him in right now let's bring his drop, Shady.
Plain Talk. Plain Talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All your talk now.
On OMG.
Let's go. Let's see if he's hearing us one time. We've been having some issues at the beginning. You hearing us this morning?
Hello, good morning.
Okay, good. And song is there this morning. That's very good. How are you doing this morning, Council?
Not bad at all, Bing. Morning, Shady. Morning, most of all to your listeners. I don't see Stephen this morning.
No, he's not in this morning.
Very well. I wanted to talk, Bing. I don't know if you notice it. Well, I don't see you walk in the street, so you probably wouldn't pick it up. But there's over the last year, 2 years, probably 3 years, there has been an explosion of young men on the streets. First, they used to be hanging out, well, probably more than 3 years. They used to be hanging out. You see them a lot at Massey at Montrose. But now they're in Kingston in their numbers. You see them at the subway. You see them at the Kentucky, out up the street. And they literally litter that road where from the courthouse down to, let's say, Yankee, a lot of young men. And I had an encounter with, well, it's not really an encounter. I stopped and started to talk to two of them yesterday because we know that school has already begun. And both of them, 111 says he goes to Emmanuel, 12 says he goes to Emmanuel High School, and the other is 10. And he says he's at the Stony Ground School. But both of them claim that they were expelled from the school because of some incident at the school. But I'm not sure if there's any credence to their claim or if it was just a justification for not being in school. But it's a worrying trend where so many young boys particularly are on the streets. And I don't know if you have had a chance to notice that or if anybody else has brought that to your attention. But it's really a concerning thing, particularly now where we know that men are performing so dismally. They're not going on in schools in the ways in which they're expected to go on. They're being eclipsed by girls and women in terms of their performance. But at the foundational level, in the early formative years, they are not making the advancement that we expect. I don't know if it's a question of discipline. I don't know if the teachers are harder than them. I don't know if it's a class issue where teachers don't pay enough attention to people from the lower classes. I don't know what it is, but it seems to me that we have to begin to investigate that problem to ensure that we do better for our boys. There's a lot of young boys are going mad. I dropped in by the mental health asylum about twice in the last 3 months to do the delivery there, and you see a lot of young people at the mental health asylum. If you around Kingston now, you see a young boy who is addicted to crack. I don't think he's 18 yet. He's addicted to crack, and he's so aggressive in trying to feed his habit that he's accosting women. He's attempting to snatch their bags. He's threatening some of them when they pass on the street if they don't give him money. And you know, the Russian writer Leo Tolstoy said that the way in which you test the character and the viability of a society is by the way in which it treats women. Not women, children. I'm sorry. The way it treats children. And I am not so sure if we understand what we are doing here from a policy standpoint. But there's a kind of neglect, a kind of benign neglect for young people that is troubling to me. When we developed this notion of social promotion, where you go to school and you are promoted in keeping with your age rather than your performance, I think in the absence of a in-depth and vigorous and well-financed and funded remedial program, we are setting up ourselves to produce a generation of young people who are not well trained. And that is reflected in the fact that I remember when I was in primary school, you might have had one person or two persons who might have been held back because they were not performing well. But now it is common to hear teachers say that 10, 12, sometimes an entire class is reading below grade level. So it's reading way below what they should be doing at their age. And it is because we have that kind of dislocation in our foundational pieces that we end up, I think, with so many of the difficulties we have, because this has a snowballing effect. You don't train young men well, they don't have the necessary education to be slotted into the system to try to get a job. They are more likely to tend towards crime and violence. They love to run out, they get arrested, they get tried, they get convicted, they go to prisons, they come out, they are further stigmatized, they don't have any way to go, and then it becomes a vicious circle. And I really would like to see the society spending a little bit more time thinking about this problem. Too many young boys in the street, and I'm talking here boys between the ages of 7 and 12. I could have understood it when school was on break over that long session between June and September. But certainly now, when you walk the street and you see these young boys on the street begging outside of these commercial centers, it's really a problem. Now you see young women who have lost their minds on the streets. Some of them pretty aggressive too. At least one that I know who sits right outside the what used to be the National Commercial Bank. You know, quite aggressive in her approaches to people. And Big, I don't know. I really don't know if you see that, if you observe that, if that's a concern.
It's strange that you said that, because yesterday I encountered a situation. Well, I observed a situation where he couldn't be more than 15 years old, on the Ace. He walked past me, and there was it seems like he had an altercation with some family member, and the family member was behind me. And Council, you should have heard the words that were used. It was just atrocious. And he was saying things like, you can't leave me. This is where I live. This is where I'm from. I am a street man, referring to himself as a man, right? And he was like 15 years old, Nobody could touch me. Nobody could think. But of course, he using them with the adjectives keep coming out with what he was saying. And I looked at that and I'm like, my gosh, I'm in my head, I'm saying already, if there isn't an intervention, I can see this child's future.
Yeah.
I can see, you can tell already, where this boy is going to end up. Because when he walked past me, he walked towards a group of men who, you look at them and you know what they're involved in. You know what their lifestyle in terms of how they make their money, they hustle, and that was his quote unquote family.
Yeah.
The gang. It was a gang.
The question is who has responsibility for these boys? We may say instinctively, reflectively, that it is the family who should have responsibility.
But who should?
But when these guys are on the street like that, I think that there has to be some kind of social program that try to corral them and put them in. I know we used to have that boys' home,
Liberty Lodge.
The Liberty Lodge. I don't know how many boys are there now, and if there are boys there, what kind of supervision that takes place there. But clearly, we have to have
But
There
Kong,
has-
sorry,
yes.
I gotta cut you there. But for example, that situation yesterday, like who would be responsible for taking that 15-year-old child off the streets and taking him to the Liberty Lodge? Would it be the police? Would it be a social welfare officer? Would it be the parents? Of course, the parent had no control over him. So who would be that? Who?
Well, somebody has to intervene. It cannot be that we allow young men mainly to flounder in the way in which it is happening. And if you have all of these boys on the street, the state could intervene, go to the court, get some kind of authority to place them in a home. I'm not just saying just snatch them off, have police snatch them off the streets. What I'm saying is that there has to be some kind of intervention, because as you correctly say, if you look at an interaction with a young man yesterday, no family member can corral him, can bring him in. You have to have some authority that comes to deal with that. But you don't get, it's as if all of us are onto our own activity. And yes, you have your family, I have my family, and everybody else has their family. But there's an institution called government that is supposed to pull all of us and keep all of us in line. Because as you correctly said, if we can't deal with that situation, you saw where he went, and you see that as a law that may become attractive for him, or those people who are involved in that kind of trade may think this is a vulnerable person whom we can pull in this direction. This person could become a mule, this person could become a carrier, this person can become a messenger, however you want to use that. But all of that does not augur well for our society. And one can only hope that something is done, because I can't remember ever in living memory that there were so many people on the street. I mean, old men, old women, just begging. It seems to me as though there's some dislocation that's taking place, that the society, as I said, is unhinged.
Kong, so we got someone who wanting to interact with you online. Good morning, caller. You live?
Good morning, Kong. So this is a phenomenon that I have noticed for some years now. And when I try to highlight this, they say pulling St. Vincent and the Grenadines down. Now, me and a guy was involved in a program where we was helping the boys at the Liberty Lodge. And to be honest, I don't think the boys are better off at Liberty Lodge, because they have grown men prostituting them little boys at Liberty Lodge. And then they have the older boys abusing the younger boys at Liberty Lodge, and these things have been going on for years. And I personally bought them things up for somebody to intervene or something. But we went to the United Nations Security Council and tell the United Nations Security Council we're going to increase safety for women and children. And now we see an increase of children on the streets. Now, I blame the education revolution in part of this problem, because we're pushing people forward even though they're not qualified to push forward. And when they finish with school, they're not qualified to even walk by the Musaman store on them. So now what you gotta do, you gotta beg, borrow, and steal. Now, when you listen to you, Council, the thing that came to my mind is the prison to pipeline thing that happening in America. And gangster rap contributes to that. Gangster dancehall contributes to that. Badman movie contributes to that. And the glorification of Badmanism in the Caribbean and the black community, might I add. And I used to be one of the persons who say, boy, music can't make nobody know. I like dancehall music, me not bad. But if you really listen to some of I mentor some kids in Washington, D.C. And I don't like to compare America with St. Vincent, but the boys in that I mentor here, I'm trying to get them into skilled trades because I'm an electrician. The thing that influences them boys is the music that they listen to every day. When the Jews took over the hip-hop industry and it gone from Public Enemy, Fight the Power, now if you step on my Air Force One, I won't blow off your head with a fully automatic rifle. That's what these children is conditioned to. And we have to be very careful, but society have to look in the mirror and accept ownership for our reality. And I blame religion. Religion trains us to have some outside energy come from inner the sky to change our reality. We have to take ownership of our own reality. Thanks for bringing up this critical topic, Council. But we have been conditioned to ignore things, and in hopes of ignoring it, it's going to fix itself. Never
But
see that.
I think, though, I think that in a sense, it is because of the structural breakdown in the society that we are having these amount of problems that we're having. Because again, when I was growing up, when I was coming of age, in the villages, in the communities, we had a lot of community development organizations, sport and cultural clubs, where young people could put their energies. And we have the example where if we plan these things out, like sometimes we just throw things around. So here in St. Vincent, we say we have pan against crime and we have sport against crime, but it becomes a slogan, and mainly a slogan for the governing political elite to go and make speeches or try to corral people into another party supporting. But I can tell you in Grenada, for example, where 10, 15 years ago, when there was a tendency that gangs may develop, the government then made a concerted effort to rebuild some of the communities and to use sports as a motor, a vehicle for their advancement. And out of that area where that gang activity was growing, the area, I think the area is Orient, you had the discus, the Grenadian medalist, the discus thrower. He came out of that. You had another young man from that same area who medaled at one of those international meets. So if it is well organized, you could well turn lives around. All the lives are not lost simply because students didn't make it in their first attempt. I mean, if I could say so myself, I didn't finish high school. I never got to fifth form. I never did community college. Well, in those days we didn't have community college. But I think by my social interaction, the people that I came into contact with, they valued education, they valued discipline, they valued commitment. So when I got the opportunity, I was able to make good of it. But it all depends on what we have and how we use it. And I think that's the challenge. That's the challenge. And I just wanted to raise this, because I'm sure other people who are listening would see it and have seen it and are seeing it every day that they walk through the streets of Kingstown, and more than likely in every other village across St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
And these are the young ones that will be taken over from those that are either being killed or being put in jail for life. These are the ones who will replace them because they associate with them, they're among them, they spend their time around them, and it's sad. It's real, and it's so ironic that you brought this discussion this morning, because just yesterday I encountered that, Council, and I spoke to one of the staff here about that experience that I had when I came back into the office. I said, you won't believe what just happened. Sorry, call if you can call back for 511-069. You won't believe what I just experienced. This young boy, no more than 15 years old, and I was shocked out of my mind. Caller, good morning, your life.
Good day, everybody. Good day, yes. I just want to say I'm 62 years old. I've walked through 3 administrations, spend monies, been part of looking at what is a system. Don't do a lot of reading. I think I read more than John Thomas because I have more time than him. It's just that I know he read a lot and he bring a lot of information to the public. But what about rule of law? We lived under, not so much for Joshua. I was younger then, I didn't know much, but I saw the way Milton Cato and I saw the way, Annie Eustace and James Mitchell, they had rule of law. And this problem here with what they raise, I've been actually not just talking here, call the ministry. There's no way we're gonna get help with rule of law. It is
But sir, why you changing the topic of our conversation? Why?
I am saying that we have to fix it.
Why are you changing the topic of our conversation?
I am not changing the topic. In order to fix it, it must be rule of law, Jomo. And you know better. That's why people don't even listen to you. Because they don't trust you. Because you went on in circles. Why can't we change this topic? What are you talking about, Mr. Doctor? You wobbling like a, you don't know what's a dictatorship? What over you?
Sorry about that. 4511069. So sorry about that. Council?
Yeah?
I think we've gone past the top.
I think this is a good time for me to say until we meet again.
Yeah, until we meet again, that'll be tomorrow morning. All right.
All right.
I got so entrapped in the conversation that I didn't realize we went so much far past the top. All right, Shady, let's go. Let's go do a station ID and come right back on the other side. All right. Thank you very much, Kongso. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go.
1069 is trending.
Turn up the music. Turn down the lights.
Blazing on the air at 1069 FM.
What does this button do? Lord, have mercy.
On your phone or device at tunein.com. Or on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Boom SVG 1069.
The number one morning show in the SVG.
Morning.
OMG in the morning.
Come on now.
Yo, I'm not for the school, yo. Them I dig on my son. Yo. So me say pull up your pants and put it on your waist and tuck in your shirt and don't bleach your face. In my days that me a meditate, so me study for the test, me no procrastinate. Early to school, me no have time for late. Sit down in a exam, am I the great? Me no get nothing less than 98. When school over, me never avoid the gate. School youth, no pants too tight. This a no dancing dynamite. Make your mother proud, you no see how she fight. Don't be a done said, be a top flight. You no see me intelligent, you no see me bright. Eloquence in me speech is a fairy side. Ask any teacher in a me old school, let me tell you, say me brain higher than a satellite. Pull up your pants and put it on your waist and tuck in your shirt and don't bleach your face. In my days that me a meditate, so me study for the test, me no procrastinate. Early to school, me no have time for late. Sit down in a exam, am I the great? Me no get nothing less than 98.
Spread your wings. Nothing is impossible, believe. If I can do it, you can spread your wings. Nothing is impossible. If I can do it, you can spread your wings. Blessing off a flow like a river. 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 Now for them for know some man a leader. Shatter them ready man a leader. Blessing off a flow like a river. Turn them back and we turn them in a believer. Yeah. Man a fire like a rocket, you want them a go stop it. Tell her give me some of fat inna the traffic. Turning up the profit that I cash inna me pocket. Food inna the fridge only pot. See you, yeah we at it. Every day we at it. Go get the bread, the place so bad and not forgot it. I will even tell about the wild and not Jurassic. Like change shake up pocket. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river.
Almost 15 minutes after the clock, time for me to go wild because it's Wednesday morning.
We are leader. Shut them ready, we are leader.
It's Wednesday morning and you know what we do on a Wednesday. We don't give two damns. Shady.
69.
Walk with me, Shady. Walk with me. Walk with me, Shady. Walk with me. So you know, it was Monday morning. We came in here Monday morning and we started our discussion. And the discussion went with the Cutlass. How do I introduce this? The Cutlass made some comments. And these horrible ULP people took those comments. I don't know how many of you would have seen that clip. Took those comments and made it into a short clip that's been going around. And I say, you know what? I don't know how much people saw that, but I'll play it this morning. And when I'm coming out of that clip, I'm going to talk about something for these damn ULB people. All right? Shady, you ready? Play song, everything, all right? This is what happened on Monday morning with Cutlass when he lost it, as he would normally do when he's not talking about toilet bowls, smart toilets. This is what happened on Monday morning, and the ULP always on the ball. And I don't know, in my mind, this is what is missing from the NDP, right? The ULP always on the ball. I don't know if it's these young people they have with them. They know how to take something and capitalize on it. And that's what not just my mind. Shady just said it. The NDP don't know how to do these things. They took a clip from here, and you will see what they did with it. These horrible people. And of course, we will get the blame for it. As Panel Campbell once said, my hands are clean, people. Which meant that I had absolutely nothing to do with it but to turn on the Cutlass mic and let him go wild. So what you will see now is what the ULP took a clip from here, which they normally do, and they edited it. They took it and I don't know what they call it, the TikTok. They made a kind of a TikTok edit. And to me, it was just amazing how these people, within a short space of time, not even a week, not even 2 days, this is what they came up with. Let's go, Shady. Drop it.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Before Trump, there was the NDP.
Are we not faced again with electing a whole pile of old people?
Grumpy old men in opposition. That don't make no sense to me.
Let's be honest. Let's be perfectly honest.
They have completely lost their cool.
Look at what our opposition is offering us.
And what you get is anger and bile.
You keep doing the same thing.
Over and over.
And over. You keep losing over and over. You keep offering basically the same candidates over and over.
In opposition for what is going to be by the end of the end of 2025. It will be close to 25 years.
They're frustrated.
The NDP strategy to me seems to be, right? I have to wait till they get fed up of Ralph.
And I shall defeat them again at the end of 2025.
Where are the 40 and 50-year-olds? Where's the next generation coming from? You could cuss Ralph all you like.
You sure somebody in the break stick in your ears?
Could cuss him all you like, but at least he tries to promote young people and push them along. What is the NDP doing?
I thought ignorance was the problem. The big lie.
Now tell me, who, within a matter of a day after this program with the Cutlass, that was on Monday. This thing came out yesterday, and when it was going crazy, the amount of people sent that to me yesterday. Within a day, as Winston is saying, the NDP need to step up their social media game.
They try and do. I've seen a lot of clips with Friday on social media.
Yeah, clips with Friday. But is it as impactful as what we just saw?
I guess it's a start.
It's a start.
Yeah.
We got to start somewhere. That's true. We got to start somewhere. I mean, and it really makes you wonder. You know, people used to say, "Oh, it's Julian behind these things." Well, okay, the Honorable Minister, Senator Francis, is not in a physical state where he can do these things. Mentally, maybe he can instruct it. But look at that. Within one day, this thing came out. Talk to me. Morning. You're sounding very muffled there, buddy.
You hear me better now?
I'm hearing you better now. Thank you. That's better now.
Good morning, guys. You know, it's amazing to me how these things become the talking point and not the real issues that affecting you being.
Bring the issue, buddy. Bring the issue. Bring the issue, Santino. Bring it. Bring it.
The price of food, the cost of living, the fact that the cost of living has tripled since 2005 and your salary can't change. 2 weeks ago, a sack of potato was $65, now it's $120. 2 weeks after.
And who benefited from that?
The business people, because
the business people, or the farmer, or the consumer. You've got hold on. You've got. It starts with the farmer, and it starts with the middleman.
They could change the price,
and it ends with the consumer. So who benefits?
They could change the selling price according to their cost, but the consumer now is that they buy it, they don't buy it with the new price because you can't. Because I'm going to tell your boss now, Shady can't come to Bing potato is $4 a pound now and I need $20 more on my salary. Shady have to make the choice now. Whether I could still afford to buy potato, yes or no? Or sacrifice something else. It's the same with the bus fares went up. All the bus fares went up. But people now have to find the extra money without any more pay to pay the bus fare to go to work and send the children to school. Price of school books, school uniform gone up. They had to buy it. And they can't come to Bing and say, I need a raise of salary. I need more money because
you could say what you want. We've talked about these things. We speak about these things. But you can say what you want, okay? But that clip, hold on. That clip, hold on.
That is why as
Let me lay it out.
How you just call him? The Big Red? That is why Big Red continues to do what he's doing. Because we give too much time to the silly things.
You can say whatever you want, but you see that clip there? That is viral on social media. I have no control over that. Hold on. I have no control over that, right? And until the opposition steps up its game and starts speaking directly to the young people who are the dominant voters. Wait a minute. Hold on. We're not talking about Dr. Friday. I ain't talking about Dr. Friday. Dr. Friday went to community college. Yes, that's good. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. But we're not talking about Dr. Friday here. We ain't talking about Big Red either. I am speaking about a strategy which was being used. All right.
Speak about the farmer that I called in a few weeks ago and asked him the same question. Why is him always referring to what the ULP put out? And that's all he interested in. And he never read one thing the NDP put out.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question. And as someone just messaged and said, hold on.
And he's pro ULP.
Okay, boss. I can't answer that question for someone else, okay? But as someone just messaged and said, cost of living went up all over the world, not just in Vincent. Okay, so what do you think?
Laws to stop teaching about male and female. Because they want
what are you talking about, guy?
Yeah, but this is what happened now.
What are you talking? So what happened? So what happens in the world doesn't impact us? Are you saying what? But it impacts what happens in St. Vincent. Where are you? Could you come out from under that rock? What happens in the world impacts what happens in St. Vincent. The cost of wheat and the cost of oil affects what happens in St. Vincent.
We could take care of our own. We have enough resources there to take care of our own.
We have oil.
But we hide you and them.
We have oil. Do we have wheat?
You and them hide under the rock and blame all over the world.
All right, my brother.
Instead of we make our choices to take care of our own.
You finished?
Have a good day.
You too, my
No
brother.
pressure.
No, but me, my pressure, good, buddy. I have good releasing valve. I have good releasing valve. I have good releasing valve, so it's alright with my pressure. You don't worry about my pressure. My releasing valves are very good. You can call us if you want. Yeah? Oh my goodness gracious me. What a time. Call it good morning, you're live.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Isn't it ironic that one of the oldest guys in the parliament, if not the oldest guy in parliament, is speaking about the NDP and being a group of old men? I want to disagree with you with regards to saying that the NDP needs to step up their social media game. If this is the light in which you want them to step up their social media game, shaming people, calling people old and being selling that type of narrative, I won't want them to be like that. I think the NDP there is just that negative post like that would sell more than the positive. So if you want them to be a bit more negative, I want to disagree with you. But it shows how far we are behind in society as well when we have clips like those calling people old, and we really need to step up what we show our young people and teach our young people in today's society.
Troy, hold on. It's not about calling people old. It's the reality of the fact, though, buddy.
Yeah, but
it's not about calling people old.
It is.
What is the reality of the New Democratic Party with regards to its candidates?
Being you and I, we travel a lot, and we know out there political correctness with way in which you say things and how you term things. You think if you go to a place like America and you speak like that people won't look down on you, Bing?
Like what?
You calling people old and
it's shucks. Troy, sorry, you got disconnected. I don't know. You can try and maybe you can call back. Yeah, maybe you can call back, Troy. Maybe you can call back. In the meantime, while Troy probably try and get a call back in, let me deal with something else that I want to deal with. It's Wednesday morning, people. Folks, it's Wednesday morning. And it gives me a chance to go wild this morning. But the Cutlass not in this morning. Or they come in, line up and come at me this morning. It's already. So I saw this article. What today is it? The 20th? Yesterday in the Searchlight newspaper. Online edition thingy. Let me read it for you. Listen up. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority has officially begun the hiring process for a new chief executive officer. That's CEO. This action comes as a result of the resignation of the former CEO, my friend Glenn Beach, who announced his intention to depart the organization in early August. His official date of resignation has been set for September 8th, which is past, and Beach has since taken up the position of Chief Executive Officer, another CEO position, at Invest SVG. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Carlos James, told members of the press, of the media at the press conference, that the position is to be advertised as of Monday. That was yesterday, Monday, this week, Monday here, the 18th. So in other words, they start advertising the position. I mean, see, I was going to say something, but let me don't say that. As of today, that's Beach speaking, I have advised the board of the Tourism Authority to commence the recruitment process of hiring a new CEO. I see the phone line going. Hold on. Let me take this. Let me take this and come back to where we're going. Yeah, caller, good morning.
I know you're up on the break. How much time I got? 1 minute?
Buddy. You talk, buddy. Talk.
And I heard Friday was on Jomo Monday. I didn't know my internet wasn't functioning on that station, so I couldn't hear it. But I hope you asked him about Wiley, Wiley. That, of all the things, man, that really get to me up to bring back Wiley after 22 years.
Qualify that and put that in the context. Who Wiley? I know what you're speaking about, but for the listener who may not know.
From Mesopotamia.
Wiley of Mesopotamia.
Bernard Wiley, yeah.
Okay, good.
Bernard Wiley.
All right.
Who ran the last run in 1998. I think really to bring him back. And after Court De Silva didn't get the nod, Dr. Friday endorsed Wiley to come back. I mean, he could have endorsed somebody or he could have endorsed Court. And because everybody stepped down when he endorsed Wiley and make way for Wiley.
There was someone else in the running for the candidacy as well.
Yeah, the other guy from the ministry. Yeah, Phillips. Yeah, you could endorse one of them, even if they lose. But to bring back Wiley after 22 years, and again now, because we don't even know who running for NDP in several seats. Like you're gonna wait till the last election. Suppose they have a snap election. All indication that we could have a snap election. There's so much indication that we could have a snap election. Look at giving out of those water tanks. Yeah? The same thing. Grong did the same thing, He hold the water tanks there and he did last election in Antigua. He distributed them just before the election. Man, NDP, I don't like what happened the last time. They're scrambling for candidates, at the last minute, 3 weeks to go and you don't know who running. Man, come on, get somebody on the ground there. So just like you had Bruce and Bacchus on the ground for 2-3 years. That'll be better. Get familiar with the community. Then for the last minute, you don't know who running. But, whatever happened in the election, whoever lost, whichever party lost, I think they should take a page out of Milton Cato book, what he did 39 years ago in 1984. Although he won his seat, he stepped right down and bow out of politics and let it have by-election and let somebody come in. I think whichever party lose the next election, the leader should do that and give way for somebody else because there will be enough blame to go around. On the ULP side, it will be blame for him to keep going on and say you want to go on say you want 2 terms and now you're going on for 6. I know there's going to be a lot of fighting in the ULP and a lot of discord in the ULP. It happened in 1984. A lot of people were upset. A lot of people were upset when Labour Party lost. And there was some internal wrangling that went on there. Same thing is going to happen if they lose the next election. Anyway, have a good day. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you for calling and giving your contributions. Your opinion country belong to you too. And everybody here have a right to have an opinion. Yeah? Country belong to you too. Let's go. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Morning. This is one of the guys on social media who does the ULP. I think nobody has been as consistent on Facebook beating ULP like Max Walker. They've been beating ULP till I have the whole country saying, I ain't all your master of ceremony. And I think NDP is lazy as far as social media is concerned. And anybody who making excuses for NDP, all you just as bad. Because if you're trying the same thing, just like Steven said the other day, if you're trying the same thing and expect different results, that's a characteristic of insanity. Granted, the clip that you now play the bing is a stupid clip. The clip that you now play there is a hypocritical clip because Ralph is older than all of them. Ralph old enough like he been when like he been there when Jesus crucified. That's the other day. So, but the clip is effective. The clip is accomplishing a mission, even though they're pushing propaganda and they're pushing foolishness. It's an effective measure. If social media trending now, I go give people and walk man with headphone and a play cassette. Like, come on, we have to evolve. You can't expect people to come backwards to your antique way of doing things and saying, oh, NDP had a meeting of suffering. Them had a meeting, donkey come Jenny with the submarine that the white people are them dead fan. No, you gotta bring it in front of people's faces because society have been dumbed down to social media. And if you want to win, you have to go down to their level sometime because people are lazy mentally. Remember, Jomo say we're mentally stagnated enough. So in order to win election, yes, anybody bring 5 donkey. I would vote for 5 donkey over ULP. To be honest. ULP is dropping the election in NDP lap and them not capitalizing on nothing. They should have had the NIS thing running family or to country.
Wait. I thought it was a hello who felt that way.
I'm not, no, you see, we take with Vincentian. Vincentian love to eat salt and Telaya sugar. And like I said, nobody beating ULP like Max Walker because a lot of people say Max is not giving a notice. Max is 3,000 miles away. Social media is free. You have candidates who lost election. Yes, they might have their lives they gotta live, but so then I have a full-time job and I run a company in America. I work an average of 12 to 14 hours a day. Still, me have to find time for my daughter and me live on social media because my phone is in my hand. You mean to tell me them can't come and highlight certain things and talk in a certain way that would attract people? Come on, man, we gotta stop defending stupidness, and in order to get better, we have to criticize people. And you have to embrace criticism and build on that criticism. NDP is lazy, ULP is wicked. I take lazy over wicked any day.
All right, my brother.
They gotta upgrade themselves.
Thank you, my brother.
And who best become a kid.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you. You see, there are certain people who like to shampoo doo-doo and tell you it smells good. But no matter how you shampoo it, it is still doo-doo. I want to use the other word. But Pastor will come on and tell me that I shouldn't be using those words. Yes, Collie, you're live.
Here's where it's coming, man. Here's where it's coming.
Come in, buddy. Come in. Let me go.
No holds barred. Yes, I mean, how? Anyway, let me be careful. Let me cool down. But how could a party like Dr. Ralph F. Gonzalez led ULP be in office for so long? All the people do it.
Listen, Dave, sorry, I don't mean to cut you, but we got courts who should be calling in now. I'll leave the line open specifically. Yeah, please.
All
Okay.
I want to say, well, I have to make careful when I make my oath.
Hurry up, please. We're gonna take courts.
I just hope I don't see the result again in Dr. Alfie Gonzalez's favor.
All right, thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. Okay, we can't take any further calls. We gotta take a call from courts. If this is not courts, we'll have to let you go. All right. Okay. Sorry. So we're standing by for courts to call. Please keep the lines clear. We'll get back to the Bacchanal. Don't worry. We get back to the Bacchanal because I see that thing there. I was reading with the Tourism Authority. I ain't finished yet, you know. I'm going to come. I'm getting back to it right after courts. So we're standing by for courts to call. Please keep the lines clear. All right? 4511069 for courts, not for you. All right? Please keep the lines clear for me, please, for us, please, so that courts can get in. Now, I have no control over, like, when the phone ring and if it's blocked up and all that. And unlike what a lot of you think, I don't have a caller's ID in here to see who's calling. All right. So could you please tell them to let Coates call now, please, because we've played the line and persons are listening, waiting for Coates to call. Because I want to come back to the thing that I was reading. And I want to show you all something. I got something in there to show you all. Let's see if this is them. Please, help this be them for me, please. Is this Coates? Please tell me your Coates. Hello? Hello, good morning, you're live. I guess that's not Coates. If it is Coates, please hang up and call back. Please, I don't know what's happening, all right? Hello, good morning. All right, no one is there. Let's try again. Let's see if this is Coates. Oh, that's not Coates. We're standing by to have Coates call. What's your name? We girlfriend name. What is call we again? What's your name there again from Coates? Is it the money thing? Yeah, we need some money on now. So Coates, call, please. We're waiting. We need some money on now. So things hard. Okay, let's see if we got her here now. Let's see if we got her. Good morning, Coates. Hello, good morning. Okay, I don't know what device you're using, if this is Coates, but we're not hearing you. If you're hearing us. No, okay, I'm hearing you now. Is this Coates?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, let's go, buddy. I thought it was my girlfriend who was going to call, but it's not. Let's go. You're calling from a different section of Coates. Tell me now, what good news do you have for me this morning and the rest of the country?
A lot of good news for those listeners listening to Boom this morning. Right? So, we know that school now starts and not. So then some people might say, okay. But however, they need a loan for something else. Christmas is fast approaching or whatever the case may be.
Boy, you couldn't say it. You're saying that quiet, so straight louder than that.
I don't want to mention Christmas yet, but I have to mention it. Right? So, a lot of stuff going on, So, whether you want a loan for fixing up your vehicle, fixing up your house, anything that you want, debt consolidation, lawyer fees to get side home and anything.
Wait, you're talking my language there. Hold on. I am a sugar daddy, so I can get money for my habit. All right, let me talk. Let me listen up even closer. There you go.
So get pen and paper, come, write this down, right? Right. So if you get it from court before, all you need is one form of identification. You will need a job letter and payslip, or payslip depending on where you work, and then you will need some form of proof of address. So you can come in if you have a utility bill in your name that can work, and we know these companies sending out the bills via email now, so that's even better. You don't have to print it off. You can just come in, email it to us, and that's it. Right? So those are the three documents: identification, proof of income, which is job letter and payslip, and then proof of address. Right? So easy as that, simple, 1, 2, 3. And then some listeners might say, well, I never credited. No problem. The same document, you just need 2 forms of identification instead of the one. So whether you credited some court before or not, it's the same procedure for the most part, but you can still be able to borrow a loan. Right? Of course. Right. And then some people might come and say, well, I am retired now, so what if we offer loans for retired persons? And then to answer that, I would say, yes. You just need to bring in the pension letter from wherever you're receiving your pension, to NS or whatever institution pays your pension. Can work still. No problem there again. Right? And we have something, right, called a payday loan. It is basically, let's say you come in now and they say, okay, I want a grant to borrow until end of the month. I need the money urgently, but I'll pay it back end of the month. Then we can do that. We offer that service. And the good thing is that is an interest-free loan, right?
Wait, hold on. She just talked to me and opened the eyes wide. Explain that. Don't just rush over that. Explain that for Shady a bit more for me, please.
Yes. So Shady, listen, that is an interest-free loan, right? So it's come like if Coates is your friend now saying, okay, you want this money for borrow until then, Polar, you just pay back at the end of something. It goes up to 3 months, but it's interest-free. Right? It's the same documentation. They come in, you say you just want $1,000 to borrow until, because we're only spending up to $1,000. So you want $1,000 to borrow until 2 months, for 2 months, because money coming in
but you don't have it right now and you need it urgently, then you can come in, pay one interest, the interest loan the young man was talking about, and boom, and then we'll know what you need. Right?
So that's like a bridging loan, really, to keep you over until the end of the month, that time, right? And the maximum is 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah. So that's the idea, right? It's just to hold you until, because some people might say, well, they know the money coming in a couple months, but they need the money urgently, so you can just come in and get it, right? So we also offer now business loans. So for those self-employed persons, you can come in and ask for Mrs. Mapp, right? Just check for Mrs. Mapp, and then she'll be able to start you out with the business loan. So those are for persons who are self-employed and have been for over a year, and then you can come in and get up to $27,000 with that, right? For your business.
What do you need to bring for that one?
Right. It's sort of the same documentation, but you need bank statements, you need registration for the business. Now, say you
need a business plan as well too?
Yeah. Well, she have her spreadsheet in the system, so you and her will discuss, and then she would enter the information. So
okay.
Like the facts and how you sell your products, it is products you're selling, and how your service operates and all those stuff. So she will have that. So when you come into the interview, you and her will discuss that, and then she would enter her information. Right? So that is what you will need for that. Up to $27,000. Let me just repeat that part. Right? Up to $27,000 you can get for that. And as an extension of that, we are offering agriculture loans. So those are for farmers, fishermen, people who are into agro-processing. If you see anything, it's come like a business loan, because it's self-employed still, but it's an extension of that.
When I say farmer, I am a marijuana farmer. I just grow weed. That like all that kind of farmer there. I mean, like
one thing legally,
one thing. Okay, good.
Yeah, one thing legally, they come with your marijuana license, and then it picks you up.
Okay, all right, cool.
Right? Same thing applies. You come in with the same documents. So these are for the farmers, fishermen, people who are into agro-processing. Right? So those are just some of the loans that we have.
Let me ask you something. You said fishermen, right? Is there something you ask for to show that you're a fisherman? Because I don't know if fishermen have cards or... They do? Okay, okay, good.
Fishermen, right.
Continue, brother. Thanks.
Yeah. And in cases like those, you just need to bring in, like, what people usually bring in is like people, when they own the boat, they buy the boat, so they get the registration for that and all of that. And then remember, she has to go and take her pictures as well of the business. So once you done that, then that's part of the process. Right? Just to do the verification and all of that. Right. So we have the payday loan, right? We have the regular cash loans, we have the business loans, and we have the agriculture loans, right? But I'm not done yet. We have something else. That is a promotion that is currently just started. We are going to, like, if you have a loan with a different institution and you want a loan to settle it, to clear the balance, then you can come in to Coach Petty Cash and tell them you're interested in doing that. And what we'll do, we'll lower our interest rate by 25% and then offer you a loan to settle your outstanding balance with the other institution.
Nice. Let me ask you a question. Hypothetically for Shady, all right? Now, Shady already has a loan, but his loan is with another institution. That's what you just said there, right?
Yeah.
If he's got a loan with another institution and he wants to pay off that loan to come to you to get a loan, that's what you're speaking about?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, Shady?
Cool.
Right. Okay, good.
If you want you want to clear up the balance, and then, so then Coach Petty Cash is the place to be, right? So what you can do now, those of you listening and interested, you can call 456-1325, 456-1325. If you want to talk to me specifically, if I hear me song nice and thing, then my extension is 2123.
2123.
Yeah, that's my extension. Right? So you want to speak to the young man with the nice voice, yeah, 2123, that's my extension. So 456-1425, and we open from 8 to 4:30 Monday to Friday, and 8 to 12 on Saturdays.
Okay, may I get another question? Don't feel I'm asking too many questions this morning. Okay. All right. Okay. So Shady, he's got multiple incomes. All right.
Yeah.
He's got his salary here, which is already going towards a loan at another institution to pay for his car, his rhythm section. But he needs a loan because I've been on a cruise the other day and I've been telling him, and he get excited. He wants to go on a cruise too, and he needs to go on a cruise. But he's got another income as a DJ, right? What does he do?
Right. So
to secure that loan.
You see, he has 2 sources of income, right?
Yes.
Right. So sometimes, in some cases, we want income to cover to get the loan, right? In some cases, but just to be safe, you could just bring in the 2. So then
but the one income that he's got is already assigned to the other institution. The one main income from here that I pay him is already assigned to another institution. But as a DJ, he makes much more money than I just pay him because he work every weekend, sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a weekend, right? But he don't get a slip per se. He just get paid like cash, right? What does he do?
Well, okay. In that case, right? So the person say normally DJ for, right? What they could do, you could just go by them and then ask them to do up a job letter. So they could just go to the job letter. If they have a stamp, even better they could stamp it to show that it's valid, right? And then they would say, okay, Shady work Fridays and Saturdays, and this is how much we just pay. That's the contractual arrangement that he has, right? So the different things, and then you bring in all of them, and then we add it up, and then we say, okay, so he makes an average of this every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you, buddy. Got you.
Yeah. So there's always a way, man. There's always a way. Just come to us, and then we'll be able to fix them.
And of course, you'll always find a way to make it happen, right?
Of course.
All right. Now, where you located? Because people here, courts have money to get loan and they want loan, and it's automatically they think of the going on to the main store. Could you tell them, please, where to get me to reach you?
We're located opposite the General Post Office in Kingston, so that's right before you reach Lady J. The building just before Lady J, you come in. You know, you come in, you get a loan, and then you go down by Lady J and buy some food. You know? Thing like that. So right before you reach Lady J, opposite the General Post Office, that's where you
can buy some food right there with the money. All right, Miyagi, thank you very much, buddy. Give us a number again. Give us a contact number.
Yes, so the contact number is 456-1325. 456-1325.
Got you, my brother. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to add finally before we go?
I'm just looking forward to seeing the customers coming in, and then hope we can assist in any way possible. So that's the deal. Just come look for Amigo, and then we'll sort you out.
Got you, brother. Thank you very much. Hey, your financial problems are being dealt with right here, right now. At Courts, go to Courts, all right? You remember the number, you know where they're located. Go and check them out. Ask for my brother there, all right? Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And hey, what? When you have money problems, this is what happened to you. Should you tell them? When you don't have money problem, listen to me. Two things. But don't bring a shady, all right? Hey, it's the worst thing that could happen to a black man, all right? A house that's leaking, an old car that's giving him problems, and a woman that's butting him. And you got financial problems, because all of those things just give you financial problems. So here we do. Tell them, Shady. Tell me, Shady. Tell them.
Never let your problem get you down. Gotta stay focused and hold your ground. Though it seems hopeless, there is no progress. We still are around town. We do what we do, so we stay alive. We sell what we sell, so we have to survive. We tired of the... And we fed up from about 95. So tell them, so anytime. We hungry and get them a go see we nine. Police out and road, say them a fight crime. All the day you come and me no see the first time. Tell them, so anytime. The government policies are undermined. Poor people like that.
You got to dance for me, Shady?
Corruption now far go reach it.
You got to dance for me, Shady?
Give them the dance, bust the dance. Give them the dance, bust the dance. Give them the dance, bust the dance. Give them the
From you I'm going to suffer.
What can I get
of you? Let me get up. Around the hot crew.
Hold on, don't say
Don't say a damn thing. It's Wednesday morning. Don't say a thing. Don't say a thing. Hold on, hold on. We gotta. I want to get back to the bacchanal, but hold on. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this before we get back to the bacchanal. Yeah, Shady. We're working this morning. It's Wednesday morning. So here what I'm telling you about. Now, the North Union, the alumni of the North Union Secondary School Week of Activities, Woodsy again, they're saying that the North Union Secondary School reunion starts on the 24th. That's when? Today's the 20th. Sunday, this coming Sunday. And they're opening their week of activities with a church service, which I know Shady will go to because he loves to go to church. Yes? He didn't say which church, though. In the evening, there'll be a boat ride. You got to be there for the boat ride. That's $125 for the boat cruise. On Monday, there's a mentorship program. Now, listen to me. You see, things like mentorship, because I was mentored by some very, very good people. You hear me? That there are people who are very special in my life. People like Andrew Simmons, Arthur Bob, National Youth Council people now. Yeah? Buffy, Curtis King, yes, Minister of Education. He mentored me when he was once president of the National Youth Council and president of the Caribbean Federation of Youth, among others. Mentorship program is a very important thing in a young person's life. I tell you, it does a lot to you. All right. On Tuesday, there is a moonlight. Is it a moonlight something? Right? For $100. On a Wednesday, the beach river cook, but we don't see we crashing that. Shady. We don't see we crashing that. We're going with 1 to 3. All right. That's also $100.
And I drive it.
Are you driving? Yeah. That's on a Wednesday. We're going to the beach cookout, the beach lime and river cook. So that where that gonna be? That river Rabaka. Rabaka is the only place you could do both of that and things, eh? Where the river meet the beach. And some of you want a good washout. And the only thing that could help some of you is where the river hit the beach. When the river come down and hit the beach, that's the only thing that could help some people. Yeah? So let me check that out now. On a Wednesday, that's $100. You get river cook, you get goat, water, all kind of thing, macaque, everything. Lyndon James, yeah, buddy. Yeah, unless it's not Lyndon cooking that macaque water there, we ain't going. We know you ain't went North Union, but Lyndon, you cook the macaque water there, boy. Yeah, Lyndon. He cussing me, I know he cussing me, but I don't give it 2 damns. Plus it's Wednesday. Yeah, on Friday there's a karaoke. It's $50. On Saturday, that's a big gala for $200 at the Spring Garden Resort. Yeah, that's when they dress up nice. You know, you take out the woman. Women like to dress nice and they like to feel pretty and that. You know what I mean? That's the one you want to go to. That's at Spring Garden Resort. Yeah. You got to support the bar in all of these events. The bars will be rock solid. Complimentary drinks will be served at each event. So everyone you go to except the church service, of course, you're going to get a drink free. All right. Now you can buy the entire package for $500. And this, of course, Woodsy, this is his alumni. He went to the North Union Secondary School. And this is something that he is doing with other members of his alumni to pull off that for the school that he went to. And in addition to that, he is also having his big birthday celebration. I don't know how he doing all these things, right? Birthday celebration on the 23rd. That's this coming Saturday. Yeah, you know where that is going to be at Clarkson Avenue, 1133 in Brooklyn. The $40 tickets are almost sold out, but there's still a little bit remaining. Try to get your hands. They are at Woodsy's or on eventbrite.com. All right, limited $40 tickets available, and also the packages limited are available still. You can still get some. The $200, $250 bottle service, 1 bottle, 2 tickets, table appetizer. The package for $450 is available. 2 bottles and 4 tickets, table and 2 appetizers. Now, this one is almost gone. Would you believe it? The $650 package is almost gone, but still they got a couple remaining. You got to try and get those. This would be 3 bottles, 6 tickets for 6 of your friends, 5 of your friends, you plus 5 of your friends. table and 3 appetizers at Woodsy's. Yeah, you gotta make sure and check that out. Yeah. Hey, my boy, Shallow, morning to you, Shallow. Morning, buddy. Shallow got a special going down at with tires. Yeah, SVG Tires Limited, Shallow. At SVG Tires, they've got a big special going down. My boy Shallow there. Buy regular prices and get the 4th one free. And we talk about good tires. We ain't talking about no second tires where they throw it in Japan or in America. And then we talking about proper tires, proper thing, the real deal. All right? You get that one free. Check out Shallow Toe stores. You got one in Kingston in Paul's Avenue behind us here. You can call them for more direction or for more information, tire size and all those things at 457-1467. Or in Annisville, there's a location in Annisville too. You get the same deals in Annisville at 456-6444. Shallow, the nicest man you'll ever meet. Always smiling. I could never meet a man, Shallow, born smiling and laughing. Always smiling. Yeah. What could you do? How could you be a vex with a man? How could you not support a man's business who's like that? Always smiling. That's Shallow. Always smiling. You gotta go and check that out. Hey, listen, Flo say cash back with Flo this September. Flo is giving you all your cash back, everything, every damn thing sent. Yeah, that's right. Pay off your Flo bill and be one of the lucky customers to get all your money back from Flo this week. All right, visit a Flo store or pay your bill online or any of the Flo partner stores to get back all your damn money, every single cent. Yeah, that's at Flo. Cash back. As we're talking about cash back. Yeah. Before we go to the top, boy, I get in. Don't feel I ain't get into it, you know. I get into it. As soon as we come back, we play one song, and we're gonna start back on this thing here with the new CEO position at the Tourism Authority. I'm gonna tell you all about that back on all day. Y'all, we go to the top and come back. And let's do this. It's 1 minute past 9 o'clock. Here we go, Shady. Let's go and come back.
Boom 1069 is trending.
Turn up the music. Turn down the lights.
Blazing on the air at 1069 FM.
What does this button do? Lord, have mercy.
On your phone or device at tunein.com or on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Boom SVG 1069. Boom. On OMG in the morning with a real Batman Bing and DJ Shady.
Not side. Kalash, kilish, kalash. Z-Tech. Da 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 da. You killed. Say you're bad from which part? Tell up in a one dip dog. Like Chinese was so the dog. Top and make a from your this dog. You know one on a disguise, man a big dog. I saw you if I never did ban. Me no walk up, me no just a sing song. With the people your mother tell you keep fam. Z-Tech full up like Islam. And if you make like me know the enemy, them a pray and me know they not sorry for me. People are ball and a skin cause we bad than we me. Seeing calamity, I saw we ain't figure Canada G. Make up experience, no gravity. And tell us, we no laugh, we no take that. Violate people at that. You shoulda keep in your bed, cause the Taliban's them a make quack. We no laugh, we no take that. Badness is how we end us. We no people feeling up in a. Yo, Taliban's like them near reassure. Make you no sleep at your yard in a 4 months. And so we make people a more out. Like y'all get down a house. Laugh bars full of that me sure about. And if you see me travel with that, and no politician with me I go vote out. 4 seat and 4. Remember me born Kingston. The love party forget love drink rum. Shit like a Jada Kingdom. Everything I get. So me stay when I play that do it one time in the same spot like iPhone where your ear drop. I mean I give up if I not be a bad. And if you make I come in know the enemy, them a pray and me know they not sorry for me. People are ball and a skin cause we bad than we me. Calamity, I saw we and figure Canada G. Make up experience, no gravity. And tell up, we no laugh, we no take that. Violate people at that. You shoulda keep in your bed, cause the Taliban them a make quack. We no laugh, we no take that. Badness is how we end up, you know. But we end up in a red grass.
Been a dream about this, 4 series, parkside, a 3-story. On the balcony, living like a real tourist. I reminisce on the days me never mean no dish. Now if you see me youth, I smile and I feel about it. Real glory. Don't see me a man, we do it so quick. Go round the G, already know them want to be round me. About the pressure, start the whip and them speed
It's
up.
a hard for them keep up. Me I go hard on my song, them a creep up. For real, a reality, my dream turn young, go get a heavy, get a youth hero.
The number one morning show in the SVG. Morning. OMG in the morning.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Where was I? Where is really? So there we go. So, the Minister of Tourism, who has been starring for the past couple of days, who is also the MP for North Leeward, the place where the man got the orgasm from the stones, who ain't talking nothing, who ain't saying nothing, who ain't telling we nothing. But what going on with Reno and the stone and them and the orgasm and all the topsoil dirt that they put in the river that he's going to take back out of the river, according to the MP, and put it back where they take it from. Carlos boy, yeah, that one day song right. I tell people that you is so because that song really chop and you're too much of a intelligent man to say chop things like that. Leave that for shady. That's stupidness. So there we go. As of today, I'm continuing to read a quote from the Searchlight newspaper. I have advised the board of the Tourism Authority to commence the recruitment process of hiring a new CEO. From the last one, from Glen Beach. Remember Glenn, my friend Glenn? Yes, Glenn, who was part of the Huffers Gate, who when the Huffers Gate broke, he resigned. But I don't believe he resigned. I believe they let him go. But he said he resigned. I don't know why is everybody resigning so? Is it that the ship going down? Everybody jumping off? How people resigning so? So Glenn resigned, right? According to Glenn. Okay. So we accept that Glenn resigned to go and take a job for lesser pay. So we accept that. We accept that. We believe it. We believe it. All right. We believe that. Right? So he is now the CEO of the board of the with them the name again. Oh shucks, with them the name again. Glenn is not anyway, let me forget about Glenn because he's no longer relevant in this story here. We're talking about the CEO's position of the Tourism Authority. This will take an extended period of a few weeks, according to the minister, leading into a few months to hire a new CEO. But as of today, they have been informed. This is what he said. He told the board. Beach served at the helm of the Tourism Authority for 13 years. 13 is a bad number. 13 years. Bad number. Yeah? I am sure the HR committee of the board, Ralph spitting his mouth, just Ralph the star, he don't know, well, he never know, come out, Big Red never know. But he call us now. I am sure that the HR committee of the board looked at how we can move forward in the direction of recruiting the most suitable person to fill the position of the CEO of the Tourism Authority. After he just said that, he instructed them. Well, hold on, we continue. Oh gosh, man. Okay, let me take it down. Morning, you're live. Good morning.
They're searching for CEO, they say?
Yeah, they're searching for CEO.
That's a big joke. They don't pick the person.
Don't jump ahead of me, man. Don't jump ahead of me. Why you do that? Why you do that for this morning? Why you do that? I should just cut you off. Why you do that for?
Because that's the norm.
Oh,
that's the norm. We'll pick somebody and say, we're waiting on a cabinet.
Nia, come here, please, Nia. Come and take my coffee cup for me. This man just come and spoil my whole thing, you know. Now come and give me some coffee from the coffee you have out there, please. Come take my mug here, please. Oh gosh. Go
They're waiting on cabinet approval when the person don't confirm already. It's just the date there. You just have to make the announcement. That's all.
Oh gosh,
they don't pick somebody. They don't pick somebody
come
before the announcement. Before the announcement was made. Hello?
Yeah, all right, yeah, buddy, yeah. You're a smart guy.
They don't pick somebody before the announcement.
You're a smart guy. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
But hello.
Yeah, I'm here still.
Is there any rumors of the person? Are there rumors about the person that have been selected?
No, you see, you want me to say that I know one of my friends is going to take up the position, right? I am not going to tell you that one of my friends is going to take up the position.
I believe that a certain person who recently retired from the commercial sector and is now in the media.
No.
No?
He talking about. Shelly, give me please. He talking about one of the man that is on the program. What we take there? Shelly, bring it quick. Bring it quick, Shelly. Bring it, yeah. He talking about one of these men here. Come to Shady, you're supposed to be fast on the job. You're supposed to be fast on the job. Same thing they say about you, you know. Shady, you're supposed to be fast on the job. He talking about one of them men here. Yeah.
Why MP?
He talking about one of them man here. Why you think about them? Why you think about them? Why you think about one of them man here? And that's the program you're talking about, but it's not a program. It's not.
YMP program?
I don't show what you mean. We're here is really. I don't show what you mean. I don't show.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see. He talking about one of them who is on this program here. Yeah. That's what he talking about. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister. Outside hot. But tomorrow, Prime Minister saying it's snowing yesterday and it's gonna snow tomorrow. Hear them. And hear them. When I was coming down this morning, a big tsunami came and washed away the whole of Camden Park Brewery. That's what the Prime Minister saying. Hear them. I know which one you talking about. You talk about Bamba. Bamba is my boy. Bamba could take some jobbing for me. You could just laugh when he meet me. You could laugh. You could say, bing, easy, you know. Yeah. You mean Joel Providence? You think it's Joel? But no, it's not Joel. According to my source, which is not a source which I don't know, it's not Joel. That's the name that was going around for a while. But according to my source, which is usually wrong, it's not Joel. Yeah? So there we go. The minister said this will take an extended period of a few weeks leading into a few months because it's real hard to find somebody to hold a position there, according to the minister. I put in a party. And in the story in social, I put in a party, right? But what the social said, but as of today, they have been informed. Minister MP James said, man, how all this call and show me out, suddenly me didn't get to the thing to let's stop calling. Morning. It's
my official and unofficial recommendation for the position is the boy Ellenson Ford. For the boy them fire who use them own data to tell so he can't tell like them myself. Then I go give him, but the boy is passionate and the boy is factual with his thing and them and to say them have to find somebody with experience.
You heard the man said as a ULP man, he wrote a letter to the Prime Minister. The PM even respond to it. He was a big ULP man. The PM even respond to it. You think they're going to give you that job?
Remember me they say today for Mr. John, tomorrow for I, tomorrow for I and I, you and such and such. But we need somebody who can. But somebody made a post under the live. Why we don't consolidate the Ministry of Tourism and the Tourism Authority? Consolidate it to them now.
No, because that position was created to give somebody like you see what it is coming with a name, with a place.
Because it's far.
Hold on, man. Hold on, Max. A place where see what it is coming, where like in Canawan and in Sanders, people making noise and say they hope they could get access to. What those places are called? Beach. That position was created for a beach. Thank you very much. So here what now? So with that said, Bing, I remember me notice plus VAT and import duty. With that said, I believe that position they might dissolve. You know when you tossy. I believe that position they might be dissolved because now the beaches might turn into river. First time me go see you add water to salt water and all this salt now it is no longer a beach no more. It's gonna be a river. You know whenever they say, right? When you get blight, right? They have to take you and carry you on between fresh and the salt. Thank you very much. You get salt between the fresh and the salt. Last time me go bail between the fresh and the salt. Me Jonjo come up on my mouth and because I quarry the upper layer them have a Japanese account. Max, thank you very much for hearing me. May the Lord bless you accordingly. Until we meet again. Father God, thank you very much. I'll pass and pray for Max, please. Thank you very much. And remember, Jesus love you, Max, and don't forget to vote. Thank you very much. Yes. I'm here with you this morning. Yes. So, here we continue. I am sure, this is the minister saying, that the HR committee of the board looked at how we can move forward in the direction of recruiting the most suitable person to fill the post of the CEO of the SVG Tourism Authority. Now, you have to question, is this one of these things where like, who decides who gets a position, like the Commissioner of Police? Is it the Prime Minister, the Service Commission, who? Right? Who giving the instructions here? Right? So, you know, he's sounding like a young red. Right? He started to talk like a young red. My boy, Carlos is a good man. He's a decent man. He's a good man. He's my friend. Carlos is trying to sound like a young red. In other words, he's trying to say, right? I'm coming down to tongue to tell all you're not coming down to tongue. Right? So he say, hey, you know, I am sure that the HR committee of the board looked at how we can move forward in the direction of recruiting the most suitable person to fill the post of the CEO of the SVG Tourism Authority. And another red was like the man, Slater, who did say that he didn't know, he made the decision without Big Red knowing that Camilo, the king in waiting, was made ambassador. Let me go back to the phone lines. Well, someone ask me now. Let me finish my thing now, please. Let me finish my thing and prepare for Dr. Richards, please. I know that's going to be a fight when he come on, eh? But all I going to be saying in my head is So Yes, PM, that is true. Don't care if the Prime Minister call and say, look at you three bunch of little boys. Hear them. Don't tell me, hear them. Call them on in your life.
Yes, me again. You see?
Yeah.
You just worry about people. Getting the station in trouble. I don't know how they sue you yet.
What, me? Oh, bless my heart. What have I said? I am like Switzerland and I get along with everybody. I have no enemy. The country Switzerland, they're friends with everybody. I don't mean, why would anybody want to sue me? What have I said?
You know that statement you just make, that if the Prime Minister say snow the outside there and it's 99 degrees, that man will just say, you the same thing.
but haven't you heard?
Shady, that boy will get in trouble, you know. You see
Haven't
that
you heard? Haven't you heard?
Shady.
Okay, let's not say snow.
That boy they gonna
Let's
get you in
not say
trouble.
snow. Let's not snow. Let's not snow. Let us paint the picture here, okay? This is now Sunday morning. The time is 10:45. We got to clear the line. We got to clear the line. I'm expecting a call from the Prime Minister. We got to clear the line. We're expecting a call from the Prime Minister. No one call, please. Phone ring. Clink, 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 clink. You're not the Prime Minister. We got to clear the line. Phone. Answer phone. This is Ralph. This is Ralph. Hey, Prime Minister, how are you? Yes, this is Ralph. Idiot on the background there. Hey, as Mr. Prime Minister. Now, hear me, friend Joel. Hey, Prime Minister, good morning. How you doing? This is Ralph. So here we go now. This morning when I was coming down, when I reached the brewery, a tsunami came in. Hear all of them together. In sequence, like a choir. Hear them together.
Big boy behave himself, no man.
Boy, let me finish my thing. Before doctor just come in. And I'm ready for him this morning. I'm not ready for him this morning. So here we go. Right? So the minister said, the SVG Tourism Authority is tasked with promoting the country as a tourism destination, as well developing standards and regulations that quality of local tourism services provides. Now, if this is what the Tourism Authority was set up for, what is the Ministry of Tourism for? The Tourism Authority is set up to sell St. Vincent, according to the minister, to promote the country, right, as a destination to come to promote standards, tourism standards, and regulating the quality of the local tourism service providers. So what the hell is the Ministry of Tourism for? There we go. Sorry. Too late. What is the Ministry of Tourism for? Could my partner, Maki, Says, help me here, please. Says, Maki, what is the difference between the Ministry of Tourism and the Tourism Authority? Define the difference for me, please. Somebody help me here, please. Who does what? Whose budget is the biggest? And to do what? What is the purpose of the Tourism Authority? What is the purpose of the Ministry of Tourism? Maybe this is Seth calling to help me here. Morning, caller.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
That's what it's for. That's what it is.
Half a dozen of the
All right,
other.
thank you. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So let me go with that. So we are on Sunday morning, and this is what that was Ralph. This is Ralph speaking. So hear what we should say. Shady, this is what we say. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah, that is what it is. Now, someone called. The guy that calls from New York, what his name is? I don't know his name. And he made an interesting point. He said that the position of CEO of the Tourism Authority has already been chosen. And all of that crap that I just read there is what you call good public relations. Because they already know. In fact, a board who was on a plane wing told me that the person flew in already and may have been here to do the quote-unquote interview. Is it? That they have already decided. And that's fine. That's fine. You put it out there because you have to. But you don't know who you're going to give the position. Now, many years ago, when I started in the radio business, I worked at a station called 103.7 Hits FM. And my boss there was Paul McLeish. And Paul McLeish had a son who was the one who was in charge of the DJs and the programming things and them things. And we used to call him Dick for many reasons. Because his name was Richard. And they call people, most times, people whose name is Richard, they call them Dick. I don't know why. But my friend, phone buzzing. My friend name, whose name was Richard, was really Dick. That is how I went and met it, and that is how I left and leave it. Dick. Now, listen to me carefully. I am not saying that Dick came down on a flight to be interviewed for the position. Y'all listen to me carefully. And Dick, if you're in St. Vincent, please understand that I am not saying that you are in St. Vincent because you came home for this position of the CEO of the Tourism Authority. All right? Richard Dick McLeish, who presently works in New York City in the tourism position in the embassy to sell St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who's highly qualified. He's got a degree in masters in chemistry and all these great bright things that like my daughter studying and all these things that I can't even figure out. Now, I am not saying that Dick is here or Dick is not here. And I am not saying that if Dick is here, that Dick may be here because of the position of the CEO of the Tourism Authority. Listen to me carefully. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? What I'm saying is what I'm saying. Thank you very much. Right there. Tell me. Talk quick before we take the break. Talk quick.
You're a terrorist, you know. I am convinced that Ben Laden would have been glad
Bless
to have been
my
party.
heart. Why
Bless
would
your
you
heart.
say
Bless
that?
your heart. Hey, now, once you drink that red Kool-Aid, yeah? Bing. Once you drink that red Kool-Aid,
You say that?
your eyes become covered. You don't see anything anymore. You see things in a one-tunnel vision.
Glasses.
The red Kool-Aid. You ever drink some? Get some now, it might do you good.
I'm a diabetic, first of all. I'm not.
Oh, you can't
supposed to
drink that.
I can't drink these.
Man, with the concept you name wrong part the other night, they're one family.
But why are you?
Eh?
But bless my heart.
What was the name of the concept that they had wrong part? Was it the one family concept?
I was not thinking anything along that line. I am not thinking. I don't know where your head gone. I don't know. I do not know. I do not bless. I do show. I don't know
You
what
do
you
show?
speak of.
You do
I
show?
do show of what you speak of. Okay.
You hear what I say? What you to say? Where is ready? Where is ready?
Bless my heart. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Have a good morning, Dick.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed your call. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. I think this is a fine time, Shady. Not taking any more calls. No more calls. No more calls. I think this is a fine and a good time for us to take a commercial break so that we can pay some bills. You know, I want Miss Fraser by Vinnick to call me again because we just have to pay VAT on our electricity, unlike NBC Radio and these places, right? VAT on our electricity, right? We are competing with an entity who do not pay VAT on their electricity, who are given subsidies by us, our taxpayers, even me. I just pay NBC Radio to compete against me. Where is really according to the last caller? What the hell? That makes sense? So let me go and pay the little bill and them. So Miss Fraser by Vinnick don't have to call me again with her beautiful voice and say, Mr. Joseph, you know, I can't do that. So let's take the commercial break quickly and come right back. All right? Let's do that.
Saturday the 23rd of September, we're coming for the birthday celebration. What's it?
Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families. See suspect say in the schools and communities. Children are the future. They depend on you. Report to the authorities. That's what you should do. You see.
What you gonna do when the rain is coming down? Nothing more to do when there's no one else around. Bring it back to the middle, push, take it back to the rhythm. Keep it up for good when the sky's falling down. All you gotta do is to bring it to the ground. Hit it up to your inner move. Stop, start, down. Nobody can get what you're going through.
For all your janitorial services and terrazzo services, it's the Patriot Company Limited, Green Hill, P.O. Box
This
2046.
is Locally Made. My name is Jillian Cruikshank. Join us on IKTV channel 112, where we premiere and air Locally Made, a program featuring locally made produce right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We'll show you how it's made and how it is done. Remember, every Thursday, 8 p.m. on IKTV channel 112.
Ever wonder how and where it's made? Tune into Culture Bar and Grill. Indulge in the vibrant ambience and
cables, find that at Corazes. We have everything for your home at Corazes. Located in Kingston, located in Annisville. Pembroke, Diamonds and Beckwell. Shop at Corazes. Hardware, Corazes. House for Blaze, Corazes. One Blaze, Corazes. Corazes.
Coming to you first on Wednesday, September 27th from 10 a.m. And Annisville, you're next on Thursday, September 28th. And it's all leading up to the main events going down in the Carrez Car Park in Kingston on Friday, September 29th and Saturday, September 30th from 10 a.m. Mark your calendars. It's time to head to Carrez and save big. Terms and conditions apply.
Thinking of winning the Lotto jackpot? Well, there is an easy way. Combo Play. Choose 4 numbers from
Paladin SVG Inc. alarm solution is second to none. We offer intrusion alarm systems, security radar, active infrared beams, and emergency alarm systems. Get perimeter protection for your premises. Active infrared beams protect large areas. Our radar video linkage solution sends data to PTZ cameras for active target tracking so you can take immediate action. Intrusion alarm systems offer reliable protection and records video the moment the alarm is triggered and sends footage to users via email or the app. Intelligent alarm systems mean you can control your home from anywhere in the world. Find out more at Paladin SVG Inc. at telephone number 784-457-7241.
Or other important objects.
I'm a mojito connoisseur. I've drank mojitos near and far. And when you want a good mojito, trust me, the only place to get it is Culture Barrington.
ColourView technology by Hikvision enables cameras to produce colourful videos with rich details in extremely low.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Tired of feet aching from shoes that look good but don't fit right? Look no further. You will love Piccadilly shoes. Why? Because Piccadilly shoes are designed to love your feet. Say goodbye to discomfort and step out in affordable comfort and style.
or 347-231-5410. For more information, call our local office at 458-8888. Memorial Funeral Home. Quality, convenience, and affordability.
Fast Pay, a new and easy way to pay. Fast Pay. Fast Pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
FastPay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. FastPay. FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
1069.
Youth force in the front line. Youth force.
We're gonna bring Dr. Richards earlier than normal this morning because it is get a kind of an eye from the staff whenever I go over, so I don't want to get that this morning. All right. Good morning to you, Jill.
Who have eyes to see them, I go see, and who have ears, them, I go hear.
Now, knowing that I said that Dick was going to take up any position in it, you all listen to me carefully. I did not say that. You could read what you want to read out of that. Good morning to you, SVG.
There must be a reflection of the king.
I emerge from the shadows with my big spliff aglow. Kabaka sent to call me, said the war it ready now. Raga send me on the road with the magazine them load. Lyrically rapid fire when they attack in the throne.
Anytime we come around, more power and the sound. Surrender to the struggle is a thing we'll never do. Example has been shown, some believe and others know.
Rastafari make the call, my brothers and my sisters.
More better let them throw. Root force in the front line. Youth force, it's your time. Rastafari call ya. King Selassie, I call ya.
Shady, I want you to play a very big one for me. A very big one. Oh, my DJ. Shady. Shady. Dr. Richard, this one.
I was buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling. I am alive. There must be a reason. I was given one more chance. My heart's still beating. Buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling.
Hold on.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Good morning to you, Doc.
Yeah, good morning, Bing. Good morning, Bing. Good morning, Shady. Good morning, everyone.
You got a fan running in the background there?
Yeah, I have a fan because my AC. You know, Bing, I wasn't going to call in this morning, to be honest with you. All right? But my energy ain't there. I mean, my energy ain't really there, boy. I ain't feel on my A game at all. So this is your chance to kick a man when he's down. So if you want to take a swing at me, this is a good day to do that. I can't fight. I have no energy.
I won't do that, Doc.
Come, but this is a good opportunity. No, so you think you won't do that?
No, I won't do that.
I know you won't do that thing, but seriously though, I thought about it. I was like, boy, I don't even have the reserves of strength. I mean, I have so much on my plate. I burnt out. Basically wore like 16, 17 hours yesterday. Got a little sleep, and then it hit me. You know, why not call it still? Right? So, because I mean,
Doc, you know, I've told you this, and I'm so serious. That there are people who look forward to your segments. There are people not just on mainland, but also in the Grenadines.
Oh yeah, you told me that. Yeah,
that will, and also on mainland, that look forward to, every segment, so it's important.
I appreciate that. To be honest, I appreciate that, and that's the reason why I'm coming on this morning, unpolished and unvarnished, because sometimes you can't let people just keep seeing you in your best moments. All right, everybody listen to me. All right, you all listen to me. Being you too, because you're a human being. And sometimes people get accustomed to seeing you when you have your A game on, or hearing you when you have your A game on, that you become defined by this persona, this again. And people forget that you are human, and you have ups
So
and
true.
downs.
So true.
So yeah, I am. You all are seeing me this morning at a different level, and I hope there's some people out there who can identify with this. Not every morning you're gonna be vivacious and buoyant and knocking the ball out the park. Even the great Viv Richards, there are times that he made duck. All right, but he's still in the Cricket Hall of Fame. All right, so there are times that he made duck. Um, as a human being, I am strong and I am weak. As a human being, you will have your ups, you will have your downs. And by the way, not only for human beings, but I'm gonna get there just now. Human institutions. Sometimes we get buried in this fallacy of perfectionism, that we have this expectation, this unrealistic expectation of perfectionism. And a lot of times that is developed because we keep putting out this polished, perfect image and we don't let people know that we fail. We don't let people know that we cry. We don't let people know that we make mistakes. Excuse me. We don't let people know that we hurt. So they have this expectation, this unrealistic expectations of us, especially of leaders. Excuse me. We have this unrealistic expectation of leaders, this demigod. Let me say it again, demigod. And sometimes we buy into it and even we ourselves project it. But people struggle. People struggle, and I want you to remember this about the person around you. I want you to remember it about your leader. I want you to remember it about somebody that you listen to on the radio. We struggle and we fail. I'm going to talk about 3 things this morning, Dean, about failure, to help us understand and deal with the thing. Whether you're dealing with a lawyer or you're dealing with a relationship or you're dealing with a politician or you're dealing with a church pastor or you're dealing with the average Joe, get used to this. People fail. But I don't think we have sufficiency of a mechanism developed in our culture. I don't think that we have the sufficiency of a mechanism that helps us to appreciate, and you can't believe I said this, but to appreciate failure. Okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning it and saying run with it, but you're going to hear what I mean when I say appreciate failure, understand failure, and learn, have the mechanism to responsibly deal with failure. So I hope I can help with that this morning. Not the what about failure. What really is failure? Failure is basically one aspect of failure is not achieving what you set out to do. I tried to uncover that yesterday, peel that a little bit. Bing, you got I don't think you got annoyed at me, but you didn't see where I was coming from. But a lot of times, and when I say you can't see the end from the beginning, I said that yesterday, that's a phrase. Meaning, we don't have perfect knowledge, and sometimes when we launch into something with all of our best intention, really good intention, and that's what enterprise is. When Columbus, for example, the celebrated Columbus, when he sailed, trying to find a route, he wasn't trying to discover, quote unquote, discover, because there's a whole argument there. He wasn't trying to discover new lands out in the West. He was trying to go carry the spices, find a route to take the spices east. But he set out. He got the grants and everything from Fernandez. He set out, not knowing how it was going to turn out and not knowing how it was going to end. A lot of times you just have to set out. And enterprise and initiatives, when you take enterprise and initiatives, whether it's a business or a government project or something in a relation, something, building a home, whatever, you set out. You set out. At the beginning, you set out, and sometimes, to be honest with you, Bing, and I tried to unpack this yesterday, truth is, with your best intention, meaning well and everything, you can't see the end from the beginning. And sometimes the end is congruent with the vision you had at the beginning. It works out. And you're like, yeah, good. This is what I envisioned. This is good. But the reality is that sometimes things happen along the way. And the end doesn't resemble the beginning. Even the middle. I think we were talking about a rare new project on Leeward yesterday. I don't think people make allowance for the fact that the vision at the beginning, even with the best intention, I think we started a geothermal project. I think we started a geothermal project somewhere up George, up there, right on the Swiffer.
Yes.
Yeah. Where is it today? There was a great vision in the beginning. Now, do you want to beat people down? This is the question. Do you want to beat people down when the end doesn't resemble the beginning? Is it what we want to do? Is it that we want to discourage enterprise? Is it that we want to discourage innovation? Is it that what are we doing here? We have to make allowance for the fact that the end, even in our personal lives, I've seen many people start building homes and putting together things. I've seen people in relationships. This girl is the best thing since sliced bread. We getting married, life together, 1 year. By the way, I saw Boom site and I saw some famous people there 1 year in and the relationship is over. Artists or whatever. You don't see the end from the beginning. You're going big ceremony, big wedding, big this, big that. People in life, I know we want to beat up on organizations, governments, institutions, all of that, because they're supposed to see the end in the beginning. But here's the thing. What about you? You don't see the end from the beginning, but you still had to go. And I pray for all of us that take enterprise and innovation and all of that there is a close congruence between the great vision at the beginning and the reality at the end. But I am warning you, as happens in your personal life, what is true for the individual is also true for the institutions. That sometimes the end don't fit tongue and groove with the beginning. But I don't think we have much of a tolerance for that when it happens to others. We only have a tolerance for that when it happens to us. So that's failure. And I think that because of the prevailing culture, where people in the culture don't have a tolerance for that those who fail in this respect, in this particular manner, those who fail are reluctant to admit, boy, I failed. And sometimes failure is masqueraded as success. Sometimes failure is painted, whitewashed. You hang up a whole heap of curtains, window dressing, and present all kind of optics to make it look like you didn't fail. You fail, but you don't want to put failure out there because failure is not appreciated, failure is not applauded, failure is vehemently addressed. Our culture, so like, I can't let people know I failed. We struggle with failure, not achieving what we set out to do, falling short of a certain standard, which is an empirical reality. Ubiquitous everywhere. Everywhere people fall short. You think you're God? I fall short with all of the learning, and I'm telling you, I don't really talk about my stuff, but I put in the work. And I expose myself to a lot to learn, and I really do. And even with all that body and reservoir of stuff, boy, I make some bonehead decisions. I make bonehead decisions. I fall short, certain standard. There's a lack of success. And I heard that on the radio this morning. And it is mocked and ridiculed to the hilt. Even in the clip you played. 25 years of failure. Jeez. You see how I hear people talk about the NDP. They don't even know how to do this. They don't know how to do that. Failure. We love painting people in this derogatory way as failures. Even a simple social media they can't manage. Failure. Lack of success. Their posts, only getting this amount of views, but if another party posts, it's all kind of views. Failure. So we have a way of looking at lack of success, you know what I mean? And when we see people without success, it's like we almost glad. It's like we glad. Big is like we bragging on their lack of success. That is a mentality. It's like we happy that they're not succeeding. We get and we get on Facebook and on media and all the well, and rather than publicize the good, we publicize and magnify that they ain't had no success, as if that is something good for us. Not just in politics, but people we don't like, and this, you know what I mean? People we catch feelings over. We have a way, if they fail, we really want to magnify it. Subnormal performance. Another aspect, I'm just dealing with the what is failure. Subnormal performance, whether on used to be a man with 5 CXC subject. Boy, in my day, you the bum. These days, if you can't get A, that's subnormal. Your parents they want to congratulate you. Nobody wants to. In the tourism, we were talking about tourism this morning, and man, I hear the talk of underachievement of certain people and certain branches within tourism. I hear it. And if you want to characterize it as failure, okay, I take that. Failure. But is that something to be ridiculed? People fail. I'm not making excuses. People fail.
Doc, unfortunately, we're not living in an ideal world, and we have to have standards as well too. If we give people a job to do, we have to have standards and accountability. And I know you know this. I'm not in disagreement with you, Doc.
Very good.
And
Yes.
that is why you
Very
are
good.
you are here to do what you do on this program.
Very good.
All right? Your job is always to see the good in people and in everyone and in everything, right? But
Yes.
unfortunately, in the ideal world, we have to live by standards.
Being I have people around me who fail. I mean, but hear what I do, because I have standards. Don't put that. Listen, man. If I'm running, what is this organization here, which I try to run well, or if I were a business manager, a CEO somewhere, being trust me, and people around me. If you talk to people at this institution, people around you will tell you the kind of high standards I have, and what I try to push people to achieve, and I'm notorious for that. But I also admit, and this is what happens to people, they know that if they should mess up, that I have grace. All right, so I don't splash it all over the place. I don't make a big thing of it. More often than is a calling and a sit down and an encouragement to a higher standard. You understand that?
I don't think anybody have been given more grace than this government. Doc. Not you speaking. I'm speaking me. All right. I don't think anybody have been given more grace than the ULP government to have won 5 successive elections in a row. That is a lot of grace, you know. That is a lot of grace that's been given. And
I think the point I want, but the thing I want to, but they're gonna fail. What I don't like, and I didn't want this to denigrate into politics only, because people fail in every sphere of life, in school, and they struggle with failure. Parents beat up their children, they dog their children, they're made to feel like the worst, and the psychological effect of that for the rest of their life. Basically, you destroy life because people fail, quote unquote fail. I don't even call it a failure. People fail, quote unquote, at CPEA. Lives are destroyed because we have a standard there. So people don't know how to handle young juvenile, young 11-year-old who will meet a particular criteria and a standard because of maybe a certain makeup in their psychology, or maybe a whole host of reasons, but we treat them as failures. People fail in school. So this kind of conversation I'm having here applies to that. We have to rethink how we see failure, how we handle failure. People fail in business ventures. I alluded to that in my opening salvo. People fail in business ventures, but you can't tell them that you shouldn't start an enterprise. You shouldn't mock them and ridicule them. Being this is all I'm trying to say is this is a reality of life. Failure. Yes, government too, but the morals and values, people fail, whether it's weight control, whether it is substance abuse, technology addiction. Oh gosh, a lot of times I'm an addiction counselor, when I counsel people out of addiction of various kinds. I was dealing with a guy had a gambling addiction. All right, no names. And you counsel, and 2 weeks in, they're like, yeah, we got this. And then a month in, they're back doing it again. It's just a struggle. It's a struggle. People's faith, relationship again, man. I am inundated with relationship counseling. I can't handle all. And this is what I know, Bing. People managing a relationship is an incredible struggle. I often say that some of the great heroes in this society are the people who could manage a relationship to all the vagaries that come with it and all of the ups and downs, because relationship really, listen, man, to me, right? Real failure. So walking away from a tough relationship, by the way, walking away from a tough relationship is not a sign of success. Walking away from a tough relationship is a sign of failure. So I have to help people with that. People rather walk away and fail rather than stay and succeed. Let me say this again. A lot of people out there needed to hear this. There are a lot of people who take the easy way out, walk away and fail in a relationship rather than stay and fight and succeed. So I help a lot of, we are looking at, we are calling out institution, government persons here and there, leaders here and there who fail. And a lot of people who doing this can't even handle a relationship. So we have to help. People fail in relationship. Let's not make this about government and ULP. This is a valuable lesson I'm giving this morning, that in all of life, people fail. People fail. I know a lot of people, when I do career counseling, I do up recommendations and and I say, here's a job, point them in the direction. They come back and say, Pastor, I didn't get the job. Shut door. And when you have 2 and 3 doors shut in your face and you didn't get a job, you actually begin to personalize the thing and feel as if you have failed. A lot of people out there listening to me, no, they write up all kind of documents, they go for visa application, and they come back broken. We go down, Pastor, they told me no. They didn't even keep my passport. They told me no. You understand? The failure is a thing. It's a thing. So, and it's a thing. I know that we want success in everything. I know it is applaudable. I know it's wonderful in your organization. You have appointed someone to do a job. You have paid them tons of money to do the job. You have put people in a government office. You're into relationship. You have invested in your child. Yes, we all want success. I want success. I want success. I want to see people succeed. But hear this being. You will fail. You think I don't want you on the radio every morning? Because I love the back and forth with you. That's a high standard, but there are some days that you will fail to meet that criteria, Bing. You will fail to meet that criteria. You will. Let me pause. You know what? I just dealt with what is failure. Maybe some other, and I just wanted to, I didn't even plan this. God knows I didn't plan this morning, just because I kind of feeling weak and dumb. I said, let me just let people know I'm not on my A game every time. But you're not on your A game every time. Institutions not on their A game. CEOs are not always on their A game. Governments not always on their A game. Your children not always on their A game. Your spouses and lovers and all that. Now, come on. So how do we deal with that? I'll come back to that some other time, maybe. Maybe another day when I'm feeling down.
Well, that wasn't a down commentary this morning. That was, to me, an interesting one. I just want to say, generally, though, a general comment that there are a lot of people who may disagree with you, Doc. There are a lot of people who disagree with me all the time. One, they disagree with me, another, they love me and hold me up, lift me up, hallelujah.
Wait. Pause. People disagree when I say people fail?
No.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me if I say failure is a fact of life, that there are people out there who will disagree with that? Bing, are there people who are so are there people who would actually that will tell me a lot about them. That will tell me a lot about them. Are there people on this feed, for example, who will disagree if I say failure is a fact of life? If I say people fail, if I say all over the place, whether it's school children or business venture, politics, or in relationships, if I say people fail, are you telling me that there are people on this feed typing up and disagreeing? Yes or no? Bing?
Oh, I thought that was a rhetorical question, but Doc, you
I
didn't.
am no. Are there people who disagree if I say people fail? That would tell me about them.
You didn't leave me to finish.
Well, I will go through the post and see if there are all those perfect people who don't fail.
You didn't leave me to finish. You didn't leave me to finish. You didn't leave me to finish. Though,
my apologies.
I was saying, right now you make me forget now where I was going with it. But I think what I was going to say is that even though you disagree with Dr. Richards or you disagree with myself and a lot of what I said, how I said it, and what I said, even for you, Doc, even though you disagree with me, it's just another point of view. If you disagree with the way things are being done in any way, it's a point of view which I'm entitled to have, which you on the live is entitled to have, and which you, Dr. Richards, is entitled to have. Right? And that's part of our democracy. We are allowed to disagree, and as you would say, we are allowed to fail as well too. All right.
Yeah.
But there are certain types of failures that should not be accepted. Right. And that's how I feel.
No, you don't accept. You don't accept. You don't. Well, who is advocating to accept failure?
No, Doc. This is not you. I'm saying that's how.
Yeah, but don't put that out there. Don't put that out there because
why not?
People, you're not supposed to accept failure. You're not supposed to accept failure.
You just spend.
No. I spent a program saying we don't have a mechanism to deal with failure. You gotta listen. And dealing with failure, right? I have said I have called people in my office, right? I've called people in my office. I don't accept the failure. I don't accept the failure. I do not accept the failure. That's not what you missed what I was trying to say.
If someone failed generally because it's a genuine failure, what do you do?
Bing, again,
it's
this
genuine.
Is where,
genuine.
What I said. Listen to me.
You give examples, you have a minute? School children and all of that, right?
Yes.
The education system as it is, whereby a child don't get 20 subjects, and it's genuine that listen, this child just can't do it. What do you do?
Then you learn to deal with it. There's a difference between learning to be graceful. I think that's the word I use, graceful in the failure. There's a difference between that than accepting a failure. All right. You come in a relationship. A man is doing all kind of nonsense in the relationship. He's failing, I am not saying you have to accept that kind of nonsense. That's not what I'm saying. A man is messing up on his job. He's being paid $12,000 a month or $5,000 a month or $2,000 a month to do something. And he's failing. I am not saying accept the failure. Where you heard me say accept the failure?
Calm down.
Where you heard me say accept the failure?
You almost made me if I didn't look around, I'd have said that's Hamilton Day. Calm down, Doc. Calm down.
I saw what you did there, Bing. I saw what you did there.
Hamo's back. Back.
Yeah, I saw what you did there, Bing. Yeah. But listen, man. And again, you had to swim headed.
But Doc, you listen to me. You are here to do a particular job, Doc, in terms of who you are. You're a man of the cloth. This morning someone was speaking to me about you and your responsibility as a pastor, as a leader of the flock, of a man of God. And they were speaking to me about you in a positive way as to what you do on the radio, right?
I appreciate.
And I was like, that's interesting that this person was looking at it that way, right? And that's why there are people who, and when I say that, there are people who look forward to listening to you, and you will find it in the strangest of places where the people who look forward to you are looking forward to you from. The strangest of places, to hearing from you, And some of these people, they disagree with you at times, but they look forward to the way you present your positions, the way you. I think there are people who just feel that they like your positivity and that you're always positive and you always speak about upfulness and being positive. There are those who like that you look at things from an analytical way and all of that.
You
and
have
there
to.
are those, and there are those,
You have to unpack.
and there are also those who think that you've got an agenda, of course.
Yes, I do. Of course, I do. Of course. But I told you, Bing, I have an agenda.
You gotta take all of that.
I have an agenda. I intend to look at everything. You see this thing that I'm dealing with failure? You ain't see it yet, but I have an agenda. I am showing you how God deals with failure, because all of us as human beings, we fail. You know what God said? If a man falls 7 times, a wise man, he'll get back up again. God has a mechanism. It's not that God is applauding and accepting failure. Where you going with that? Whoever tell you that me representing God, I am just trying to bring his perspective, because he has been the model. He has been the model as to how to deal with failure. So
Okay, can I say something, Doc? As finally, because I'm way past.
Yes,
the top.
okay, but I watch how he deals with failure. I mean, we have failed, and I watch how he deals with failure.
Good. Unfortunately, in this business, in the media business, in the social media business, in the print media business, in the televised media business, in the radio media business, we deal with things. When was the last time you read somewhere Plain Land?
Okay, because that's good news. Nobody gonna talk about that.
Thank you very much.
Nobody gonna talk about a plain landing successfully.
Unfortunately, that's how the business. Yeah, I turn them off. Yeah. I'm trying to. Shady wanna. How come I turn off half of the lights in the room? Shady.
Been in your skin.
Shady don't understand. She doesn't get it. You know what I mean? There you go. You failed, Shady. You failed, and there.
But you'll bring him back tomorrow morning, right?
I'll accept that.
You're gonna bring him back tomorrow morning.
It's okay. Look at it on. It's okay. It's okay. Pastor saying it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but no. What I am saying,
it's a teaching moment for you.
Everybody hear me.
It's a teaching moment.
Failure is not to be applauded.
But you should use it as a teaching moment. You should use it as a teaching moment, though.
Man, look, I'm gonna have to come back and help you all.
Can't you use it as a teaching moment?
Bing, are you hearing me?
Yes. Are you
I'm gonna have to
hearing
come
me?
back. Yeah, I'm hearing you. I will have to come back and help with
Should
this.
you not use failure as a teaching moment, though?
Yes, I do. Gracefully.
Okay,
the whole idea, number one, because I don't want people to go away with impression. Number one, those of you who are out there who have a problem with me saying people fail, I don't know which planet you live on.
But I don't think anybody is saying that.
Okay, so number one, people fail.
But I'm saying yes, people fail, but
when a man fails, you have 2 options. Wait. When a man or woman, wherever they are, when they fail, you have 2 options. Put them down and finish them, or help them to find a way to do better. Are you getting me, Bing? When a man fails, not that you applaud the failure, but you either put them down, publicize it and make a mockery of them, or you find a way to get bets out of them. Which one? Which? And all of you people think, which is the better way? Which is the better? You tell me which is the better way.
Bart is saying he wish he had this Dr. Richards when we were in teacher. We were in school. he wish we had this Dr. Richards when we were in class.
I'm evolving, but I'm evolving.
I know Bart got to throw in that one. Good one, Bart.
Yeah. But if you get your papers, but 13 out of 25. A 12 out of 25, 11 out of 25 board. You expect me to be all happy with 11 out of 25. The good thing is that you didn't get that very often. Hardly.
Oh.
You were always up there 18, 19, sometimes 20 out of 25. But the instances, wait. The instances when you got 11 out of 25 and I in your
I am
skin.
failing now with my time management, Doc.
When you get 11 out of 25 board, you expect me to applaud you? But I came alongside you and I encourage you, which
Doc,
is why
you're
you
failing with
appreciated
your
me.
time management now too. You're failing.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna pick it up some other time.
We're failing with our time management. We're failing.
We can pick it up some other
You
time.
see, you came on not feeling too well, and look, you leave it with a big smile on your face. Yeah,
Well,
look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
Huh?
all right.
Who can
Thank
do
you,
that
Bing.
to you? Who does that to you?
Bing Joseph. Is when the catalytic moment is when you call me Hamo. But I really that body blood just went.
Because I was like wondering, like, what's going on here? Jerry, you all them outside. Like, wait a minute. I was like, if I did it sorry wrong.
Bing, you call me Hamo.
Bing, you call me Hamo. I'm on the live.
How do I live that down now?
Doc, thank you very much this morning. All right.
Catch you
Oh
tomorrow.
God, you must have go with me this morning.
I
Thank you.
hope I'm in better spirits tomorrow. Have a good day. All right.
You should be in better spirits from now and for the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
And listen, I want to thank all who contributed. Thank you all. Thank you all. Let's start from the M coming forward. Thank you to Dr. Richard, Pastor Richards. And there's a reason why people love him, you know. And those who don't like his approach and what he says at times, listen, there are tons of people who love him. There's a reason why they love him. Sometimes he drives me up a wall, you know, too. And I would say quite something to hit back. But listen, that's life, you know. That's life. That's why he's here, you know. And sometimes I struggle with the positivity which comes with him. Sometimes I struggle. I'm like, why does this damn man have to always be like so, you know? I struggle with that, you know. Why does he always have to be so, you know, see the best in everything, you know? And then Clay would always remind me, you know, there's a cafe in Beckway on the almond tree at the Frangipani Hotel. They listen to Dr. Richards quite often. And the people that are there, expats. You know who's an expat, Shady? Yeah.
What's that?
You know who's an expat? Expat.
What's that?
I don't have the time to explain that to you. It's like you just failed it. These people, that's what they do. They spend the rest of their life vacationing in their vacation homes on Beckway, right? And they go to the cafe under there at Frangipani, and they have their coffee and they have their quiche and their little doves and their little things, and they engage in conversation in what's the latest from the Times magazine or what's the latest from thing. And whenever they sing, I'm like, oh, they want to talk about Dr. Richard. They want to talk about, you know, the things that he discussed and the things that, and I'm saying like you like, it's strange, you know. Radio is such a thing, and I was talking to some of the staff in my office yesterday. Radio is such a powerful medium that you do not know who you're reaching. You do not know who's listening to you. You do not know who is like soaking up everything you said. You do not know who builds relationship with you, even though you've not met them in person to feel their flesh, to say hello, that they feel as if they know you inside out. They feel as if they're connected with you. And we were having that discussion yesterday in my office with Kid and Millennium Kid and Galaxy and a couple of the other senior staff. about how radio is so thing that you build relationships with, or people build relationships with you who you yourself have never met. They feel as if they know you inside out. They feel as if they know you like personally. They feel as if they wake up, they start their life around you. They spend the rest of the day around what you say on the radio, and it's so interesting. And because of our reach and because of different type of people we reach in the OMG, different people who listen to us in the OMG, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting to hear they talk about Dr. Richards. And I would say, if a lot of people who are on our lives, on our Facebook Live, were to hear what is being said about Dr. Richards, they would be so shocked by these type of people, these like successful business people who just decide, listen, I'm gonna go to the Caribbean on a little island called Beckway in a place called Industry and build a multi-million-dollar home and just spend the rest of my life there, or just come every winter time and I just go to this cafe and just it's just so interesting. Radio is such a powerful medium, and I know sometimes we do it and sometimes I do it in a way that is fun, and sometimes I push the envelope and all that, and there are people who love that and there are people who hate that, and I don't care, but I love all it still. Still love all it. I told you all this morning, I'm like Switzerland. Don't bother with me now. I'm friends with everybody. I don't cuss everybody, but I'm still friends with everybody. I still pick up the phone and call Big Red. I'll call Dr. Friday. I'll even call Hamo. I don't think I have any maybe.
You getting doubles Monday, Tuesday?
One day, Monday and Tuesday.
Smell red. You ain't got Trinidad today?
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's stupid. He ain't go buy no doubles in nobody. Yeah, he's stupid. Yeah. Hey, listen, tomorrow morning we'll be back to do it all over again. Tomorrow is Throwback Tuesday, is it? This morning I woke up and my alarm went off and I said, what is going on today, Saturday? Why is this damn thing going off? And I go, gosh, I can't wait to get back home. And I'm saying, okay, I'm going to come back home early today. But then when I think about all the things that I've got to do today, I'm like, I can't do that. Hey, listen, I love you guys. Where's Jill? Why isn't Jill in here? Why doesn't Jill want to speak to me anymore? Jill, doesn't she? I brought all kind of special coffee from Central America for Jill and all these things, and she still doesn't want to talk to me. Jill, are you being unfaithful to me? Don't you want to rub my back anymore? Don't you love me anymore? Guys, I'll be back tomorrow morning, right? Okay, it's Throwback Tuesday, and we're going to have some fun tomorrow morning. I'm going to love you.
Blazing on the air at 106.9 FM.
Thank you. What does this button do? Lord, have mercy. This one day,
on your phone or device at tunein.com or on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Boom SVG 1069. The Shade Room.
Dougie told me he been on some positive. Yeah. Lately I just wanna show up and body some. Yeah. Always been a little mathematician. Lately it's cash I'm getting. Got me losing count of these bags. I've been moving too fast. Hard times don't last. Remember when cops are rats talking about my boy, you ain't with a badge. All my life. They be trying to keep me down.